walls. The Pepsi generation thought we'd seen it all. Brightly lit future with flying cars, and we'd all be superstars. Energy is endlessly entertaining us violently. Commercials play on TV, and nothing was ever free. Made mistakes that land us anywhere. With corded phones and tape machines, you could do anything if you just believe. Commercials play on TV, and nothing was ever free. Time flies so fast in an instant flash. I could drive by.
What a day. Glorious day here. Stratford, Connecticut, WPIG 1651. Clock it in here. Rambo Bambo in the house. Producer Chew across the dials. Ready to provide you with what should be a legendary show here. Something that's been building like a volcano.
All right. Thank you for re-upping your membership.
Big
I
Up's
appreciate
been
that.
reviewing things like a volcano under the crust of the earth, boiling over. It is now time for the, some might say, ejaculation section of the employment series finale. It is time now for the one everyone has waited for, the Sikorsky special. We've waited for it so long. We've earned it. Frankly, we've earned it. It is now time to get into the penultimate, and I am using that intentionally, the penultimate edition of the employment series. Then we can move on to more fun things. The employment series has been fun, but we can get on to the next chapter after this. So we've covered everything. We've covered it all. We've covered the Penne Ultimate. We've covered the frozen yogurt shop. We've covered the internship. We've covered the Wells Fargo. We've covered the Circuit City. We've covered the Best Buy. We've covered everything except for the Sikorsky aircraft, and that's why we're here today. So it's gonna be fun. There's a playlist with all those if you missed any of them in the channel, so go check that out if you missed any of the previous episodes. If you haven't watched any of those, you do not understand the context of what's going on today. No, not really. It's fine if you don't watch all of it. But let's get to it. Let's start now. Before we get to that, let's get to our cards here. New cards, of course. I created this one myself. It just has to exist, right? It has to exist. You know what card I'm talking about. The ACE certification, okay? You yourself can get ACE certified if you get this pull, okay? Owned by many, valued by few. The ACE certification, and that image is the actual image from his condo. The ACE certification. Good luck pulling that one.
150 people here on the stream
to everyone
tonight,
out there, okay? Good luck on that one.
It would be great if we could do better than that.
Be great if we could do better than that.
for 100 likes on every stream if you could do me the favor. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much for that. Please, please, please. And that is the card. I know there's some more cards I couldn't get in time. I know people are sending cards a lot now, so I really appreciate that, everybody. I didn't have time to add them in yet, but I promise they'll be in by Sunday. I promise that. Or Saturday, excuse me. They'll be in by Saturday night for sure. But you guys are all legends for joining me today. Real quick, let's get a quick look at the iceberg just to see where we're at, just to set the stage here. So Jobs, of course, is at the top of the list. That is what can I say? It's everyone knows he's worked on the job, so it deserves to be there. I think it deserves to be on the iceberg, though, and we'll figure out where we're going next. But there you go, iceberg view. Let's get that out here. It's on top of the very tip of the iceberg, some might say. The head of the iceberg, some might say. Let's put that away, and let's get to it. By the way, that being said, it's an hour earlier today, so we're 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is going to be the start time for that being said, okay? So get ready for that. Anonymous Fist, that's a good idea. I should have a list of all the cards. I do not yet, but that might be a good idea, actually. I can make that without too much work. Just remind me if I forget, because I do forget that kind of stuff. You know how it goes. Okay, so before we start our story, just for a little mini edition of the Dent Sea Scrolls here, we're still waiting on Steve to start up the Dent Sea Scrolls again, but there is a few Sikorsky references, actually, on the SRK forums, and this is from March of 2010, when DSP was still using the SRK forums. He's already started YouTube at this point, and he used his YouTube style name, which is the King of Hate HD. So that's why we're using this. There's a Wallcade Saturday gathering. Wallcade is a kind of, it's kind of like a place to do arcade shit. And Philip says here, as soon as Sikorsky opens up an affiliate branch somewhere in the region of Wallcade, I'm on that shit. It's funny that he treats Sikorsky like McDonald's, like they just open up branches all over the place, like they're taking over the country. As we're going to see, Sikorsky buildings are massive, and there's like 3 of them at this point. But Phil, don't worry, when they franchise out Sikorsky branches, he's gonna move close. So big ups on that, man. That's awesome. Hype, dude. I can't wait for that. So that's it for that one. I do have one more, a little bit more interesting one there than that. So here, real quick, we've covered this thread on the Dent Sea Scrolls before, so I'm not going to go through it deeply. But the long and short of it is, he's looking for a ride to Winter Brawl, and yes, this is the Winter Brawl that he commentates with Ski Sonic, and Ski Sonic says, "Dude, you gotta stop talking over me, man." That Winter Brawl we're talking about here, just for some context. And he's trying to get a ride. He can't get a ride, and my dilemma is, he says here, my dilemma is that I can't drive because I have chronic back injury, and my doctor advised against highway driving. And 2, my car wouldn't make it anyway, as it's starting to get old and fall apart. So I need a ride, guys. I need a ride. So it gets funny. So some no business here responds with, "Want to take you for a ride?" Funny. But someone here says something interesting. Sigs here says, "You have me interested in going now. Let me know if you want to meet up. I work at Sikorsky and could stop by your place before work to discuss it." Greg. So Greg here apparently worked at Sikorsky as well. That shows how big the company was for me, because like It's just a massive company, and you can work at the same place and not know somebody. Clearly. But there is some. But Phil is going to take some shade here. And I'm going to scroll down for it to find it here. Where exactly is it? I'm again. Here we go. This is where it gets funny. So I'm again appealing one more time to anyone who is planning or willing to go to Winter Brawl. By the way, he just ghosted that dude. Just ghosted. No response to Sigs at all. Was it because he was an urban style gentleman? That's for you to decide. But all I can tell you is he ghosted Sigs. He ghosted him. It sounds like a good situation. We work at the same fucking place. But he didn't say that. We just start begging again. It could have been a troll style, but it was kind of a soft troll, don't you think, Shark
Right now,
Sugar?
we've only got about 30 likes on the stream. We need to get a lot more than that because we have hundreds of people watching.
Thank you, Phil. But I cannot make the drive myself because of my back injury, and it looks like everyone who was originally going to go in my area backed out. I was planning on making this my return to the competitive Street Fighter community and my first stop on my tour of EVO qualifier events this year. If I can't find a reliable ride the next couple of days, I guess that I'm just shit out of luck. Okay, I guess he's shit out of luck then. So there is some responses here that are. Here we go. This one right here. This is cryonic. This is the best. Hey guys, just out of curiosity, was anyone planning on making Winter Brawl his or her return to the competitive Street Fighter community? Right after Philip said that. Lovely. Oh, Philip has to respond to this. The King of Hate has to respond. His response is, congrats on once again confirming your troll status. Love your productive posts, shithead. Okay. Don't worry. There's a response. There's more responses. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. And King of Hate responded. We read the response, and then the guy responds back to King of Hate here. This is definitely a Dent C Scrolls here. 2011 would make him 29 years old, human style being. He was 29 years old, and he says, I like how the King of Hate can't take a little playful ribbing. I just thought it was funny that you kept repeating that this is your comeback year, as if it was going to make a car appear in someone's driveway. But okay, I'll bite. You say your doctor says you shouldn't drive because of your back, but if someone drives you or you fly in a plane, that's okay? As far as I can tell, driving entails 3 things: sitting, pushing pedals, and steering. You're going to do the sitting regardless, so let's not worry about that. Now, that is a great fucking comment. I mean, I love it. I love this comment because it's so logical and true. All right, next. Now, I'm no doctor, but pushing the pedals seems to be a leg-hip issue. So wouldn't that also be a problem if you were in the car but not driving? Great question, sir. Or cramped up in a plane? As far as steering goes, isn't holding a steering wheel pretty much the same position as a joystick? And aren't you doing that on a daily basis? And also, how do you run errands? Do you just walk everywhere? Do you have friends chauffeur you around? Do you take cabs everywhere? Zip line? I love the zip line. As for the private limo bit, why? Why not get a cab or take a bus? Phil, by the way, he suggested maybe getting a limo, everybody. Because Phil has to be the best, right? So can't be more than $50 and will take you to the terminal of your choice. Or a friend or family member drop you off and throw some bones for time gas. Do you not have any of those? Why not have a YouTube fundraiser and have some of your big number, 1,000 subscribers donate money to send you around the country? Don't try to guilt trip people in here with your money woes. I repeat, this is 2011. 2011. Don't try to guilt trip people in here with your money woes. Did you ever stop to think that maybe people are going to go to tournaments in the area but just don't want to go with you specifically? And there's a YouTube link here that I will play for us here because now it's a little, appetizer of Dent C Scrolls. Let's watch the video that is linked here because it is still up. It is 12 years old. And let's have some fun here.
Also, I have to say, when you go to these tournaments, patience. Patience is a virtue. You're going to need a lot of it.
only 2 minutes, short video, 1 minute.
The other thing is, unfortunately, and I hate to say this, but every tournament I go to these days, I still see it. There's still a lot of elitism and favoritism towards the known players. Meaning, you might end up standing around staring, saying, all of these stations are occupied. Why? I thought there was supposed to be casual play at this tournament. Then you find out that one top Marvel player is running a one station over there and refuses to get up. One top Street Fighter 4 player is on that station over there doing a money match. And that kind of stuff ends up happening, and stations end up getting hogged. And it is really fucking annoying. Now, when I go to these tournaments, I say, hey, guess what? Such and such, I've known you for 10 years. Get the fuck off this station because I want to play the game.
I have a new top 1 thing that never happened in the universe of any timeline. Let's just play it again.
Annoying. Now, when I go to these tournaments, I say, hey, guess what? Such and such, I've known you for 10 years. Get the fuck off this station because I want to play the game. And usually, when you threaten them like that, they get the fuck up because none of them want to fight.
Oh, yeah.
None of them want to step outside and get their ass beat.
Okay, well, what happened when someone did want to step outside with you? What happened? I'm interested in that. I believe his name was Sirha, and you ended up crying. So it seems like when people want to fight with you, it ends up in tears on your end. So I'm interested in what this is referencing here. People don't want to get their ass beat, while it seems the only person that doesn't want to get their ass beat is you. Because, again, you're an alcoholic.
Fuck off this station because I want to fight. None of them want to step outside and get their ass beat. But,
oh, yes. Very intimidating, cowboy. Very intimidating. So that's pretty much it there. Don't try this shit in any tournament I go to, okay? And that was pretty much it. This guy said that. I don't think Phil responded directly to him anymore. I will check real quickly, briefly. I think, as usual, if you're a fan of the Dent Scrolls, you know, when someone claps back so beautifully, Phil checks out. He's like, okay, I'm done. And yeah, I'm not seeing it here. So when someone claps back so beautifully and so directly, and there's nothing you can say except, you know, oh yeah, here it is. Here it is. No, he does have a spot on this thread again, but just ignores it. There is no reference to it again. When the cheeks get clapped that beautifully, he just pretends it doesn't happen and tries to move together positively, right? There is no mention here of what the beating he just took, you know? No need to mention that little thing of that guy calling you out so beautifully and tactically, but no need to mention that, right? Why do something as silly as that, right? But there we go. Little bit of a detour in the Dent Scrolls. So to start our story today, obviously we're talking about Sikorsky era and Phil getting a job at Sikorsky, and we're going to hear a lot of stories from Philip about that job, how he got that job, and all that stuff. Okay. But to set the stage, what I want to do is bring up some public information about Dave Burnell. And Dave Burnell is Philip's father. This is a public LinkedIn page I'm going to show you here, just so you have this in your mind when we move forward positively, okay? So Sikorsky, this is from Dave's public LinkedIn page. And you can see he started in 1978 as a shop technician, moved his way up to group leader, moved his way up to operations supervisor, moved his way up to continuous improvement manager. After that, we're still not done with this man's accolades or advancement in companies. In 2005, it changed to helicopter support, HSI, customer support manager. This is 2005 and 2007. As we're going to see, this is exactly the time Philip Burnell started working as a customer support agent at HSI. You can make your own decisions on nepotism and everything. I'm sharing the facts here. Dave Burnell was a customer support manager the exact same year that Philip Burnell became a customer support person as well. Another number I wanted you to keep in your mind is that he kept working there in Helicopter Support Inc. until 2012. 2012, okay? 2012. Keep that number in your mind. 2012 is when he ceased to work at HSI, all right? Keep that in mind. One more little tiny thing that I would be remiss not to mention is Philip Burnell in that very famous. Oh, please, Mario Faker. I want to hear that. But real quick, I do want to talk about. This is when Philip Burnell had the barbecue that we've covered on Density Scroll. So I'm not going to play it again. But during that time, we noticed that Philip said a funny word, kind of, and he said this right here. I'm just going to read this. Don't have drugs of any kind, okay? Yes, this includes weed. Believe it or not, I do live in a semi-respectable neighborhood, and police patrol it frequently. I don't think we will have police patrol it frequently, a suburb. Must be a very semi-respectable neighborhood with police patrolling a suburb frequently. Anyways, I don't think we have any trouble with just booze. There are lots of parties in my neighborhood, but I really don't want to push it with drugs of any kind. Also, keep in mind, this is not just my place, but my parents also live here. You mean it's their house and you still live there? Weird phrasing there. Anyways, so I don't want to take a chance of creating any trouble for them. My dad is the freaking sheriff, for God's sakes. So he says this thing, like, I kind of confused us at that point. Like, what is a sheriff? What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck is he talking about? You know, like, is that like just trying to lie and make his dad seem more important than he is, so you're scared to do shit? I thought so. But if you look at Dave Burnell's LinkedIn page, again, totally public knowledge. It's still, you can find it yourself if you want to. He's the commissioner of this is just a speculation, but he's commissioner of State of Connecticut Port Authority, and he's the commissioner of the City of Bridgeport Board of Public Purchases. Does he maybe not understand what his dad does as a volunteer and trying to talk it up more? Could be, right? I mean, he is, somewhat in politics.
I don't want to be Mr. Views.
I guess. So that's kind of sheriff. I don't know. I'm reaching here. But there we go. I thought that was interesting. And his dad volunteering for his city, working hard, just a hard-working individual. Obviously, we don't know what kind of person he is and all that shit. But what I can tell you is this person is a hard-working individual that cares about their fucking career and works hard at it and cares about his city, too. He's volunteering for this shit, man. That's extra time you don't need to do. You know what I'm saying? So, here we go. He seems to be a hardworking individual. I have no idea about his parenting and all that shit, but he seems like he's very, very an interesting individual that works hard at his job at the very least. But now let's start the show properly. And this one is a little bit different than normal, how we go through chronologically. If we did chronologically, we'd be here till tomorrow. So I really had to try to pick and choose the tellings of the tales we're going to go through, okay? So we're going to, as you might expect, Phil tells the story 1,000 times. And once we get past a certain year, he pretty much sticks with that. So I'm going to start this story with a modern style of telling of the Sikorsky tale. And then we're going to go back in time almost to hear different tales and snippets from his time at Sikorsky so we can put together the picture. Because again, we're dealing with a very extremely unreliable narrator. Okay, so let's start here. I'm going to go to 2023, November 13th, which is only a month ago. Very modern times here on WPIG. And let's see what we're saying here. All right, let's see what we're talking about here. Our first mention of Sikorsky on the day. Let's go.
Want to do?
Take a sip to start things off.
No, the truth is, when I was getting hired by that company, I got 3 different interviews.
Similar to a 3-pronged plan.
Because, I was looking for a job, and I was coming off the Best Buy job that I had.
Wonder what happened to that thing.
And I can make stuff up, I guess, if that's what you want to do.
Refresh. Sorry about that. Here we go. I don't want to see the sip again. Okay.
I got 3 different interviews.
Whoa, he's already asking for praise because he got 3 interviews. Okay, you want a medal for those 3, okay?
Because, I was looking for a job, and I was coming off the Best Buy job that I had, and I applied at that place because my dad was working there, and I had 3 different interviews with 3 completely different departments. One was line-level customer support.
Okay, line-level customer support, which, remember, his dad was the manager of.
One was a materials department, and one was, I actually forget what the third one was.
Because can't make up enough buzzwords.
Because that department ended up changing right after I got hired. But I had 3 different interviews.
I wonder which one he's going to get, guys. Can you believe it? Wonder what he's gonna get. I wonder which one he actually passes. Okay, let's hear this.
Okay. And all of these interviews, all
we
right,
get that it's 3.
every person contacted me after the fact and said they wanted to hire me.
You could have guessed that. You know, it's weird. They all loved me, and they actually wanted to fillet me. They said, fuck the job. Can you be CEO? It was the craziest thing. It was wild.
3 different hiring managers said they wanted to hire me.
Oh, my God.
And then I said, well, just so you know.
They actually wanted to give me the company. They said, don't work here. The company is yours. It was nuts.
No, I'm getting offered by all these departments.
So I wonder which one you'd take. Oh.
And so what they did is they conferred within like the upper management of the company, and they decided what
They conferred with the upper management of the company. Okay, yep, we get our secret counsel to decide on this very important customer service position.
department they wanted me to work for, and then they just finalized their offer to the one department.
They finalized their offer. Dude thinks he's Kobe Bryant. They finalized their offer. Uh-huh. What was the signing bonus, I wonder, for this line-level customer support job? They conferred. Yeah, they put together a package for me. They put together a package, and yeah, Jack, that's what the answer was. Give him to Dave.
I got offered 3 different jobs.
Uh-huh.
When
By the way, for context here, this is after the Turkey Tom said he was nepotism hire, and he's trying to defend that, of course.
when I interviewed. And
Oh
then
my
they
God.
picked which one they wanted me to do.
Yeah, they definitely picked the one that Dave was in control of.
He mentioned your ace cert, and he basically made it sound like everyone at the company got the cert completely
Uh-oh.
false. You made it sound special or something. The ace certification, you have to go through something like 60 hours of training.
A certification card available now.
I can't remember exactly how much it was. But
Oh,
you have to
yeah.
go to courses. Then you have to participate in several different ace events.
Ace events.
Then you actually have to run an event yourself. And once you've done all of that, then you get your full ace certification.
Can anyone verify that? I know Logan from Taking L's literally has an ace certification. So we need to see if that's the case. But yeah, you have to run an event. What's the event? An email?
You actually have to run an event yourself. And once you've done all of that, then you get your full ace certification.
No, you have to run
There's different
Evo
levels.
once. That's really cool. You have to run Evo once, and then you can have your ace certification. Cool.
Run an event yourself. And once you've done all of that, then you get your full ace certification. There's
Ah.
different levels
Okay.
of ace certification.
So we have that here. So might as well get a good look at it. This is a new card. So let's see what the ace certification looks like. He's an associate level. Now, to me, you see the writing is the associate level doesn't sound that high. Associate level is usually used for the lowest level, right? Line level, as he would say. Thank you, Human Style. Associate level seems to be the lowest level in my mind of my understanding of corporate naming conventions, right? But there's different levels. Let's hear how Phil says about his different levels.
And I had the level where you had to run an event and everything.
Oh, okay.
So
that's the
completely false.
associate level. Uh-huh. Completely false.
Sounds like he just didn't know what the hell he was talking about at all. He just literally talked out of his ass.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yep. Just understanding the facts of the situation would lead to anyone to have Turkey Tom's take, right? If your dad's working in the same exact position, or excuse me, managing the position you are getting into, that you would say that's a nepotism hire without even knowing anything else about it. Nothing else about it. Let's see if he goes any more here. Then that's the laugh of like, are you guys buying this? Are you guys buying it?
I don't know. Again, I don't care. I could
you don't care. Okay.
I could answer these questions all day about the company, you know? It's simple stuff. Anyone
It's simple stuff. Oh, like the ace certification?
who knows anything, like, for example,
Uh-oh.
when you were at that company, you were almost expected at some point to participate in an ACE event to help
Oh, so it seems like now you're kind of talking back, though. You said it's not that. So it seems like everyone got the ACE certification eventually, right?
improve your department. But
Okay.
simply just sitting in the meetings and giving input didn't make you an ACE certified person. It just means you helped the company, right? That was part of your job. But there were people who were running these events and were going to training. I had to keep
Hold on. He says you have to take ACE events.
The meetings and giving input didn't make you an ACE certified person. It's expected at some point to participate in an ACE event.
All right, so you have to attend ACE events. Yeah, register for mandatory classes. I'm officially ACE certified.
To help improve your...
This is what, let's get it straight. And of course we can't verify this. But it sounds to me like you have to take a certain number of hours every year. A lot of companies do this shit. And then once you take a certain amount of hours, you get a little certificate and you feel like a really good boy. And now Phil is equating that to going above and beyond or whatever, right?
Your department.
Let's get it straight.
Simply just sitting in the meetings and giving input didn't make you an ACE certified person.
Okay.
It just means you helped the company,
Uh-huh.
right? That was part of your job. But there were people who were running these events and were going to training. I had to keep leaving my job and go over to Sikorsky and go through these training courses and participate.
So he says going to Sikorsky, there was a few places that Sikorsky was. Big ups, Black Mage. 8 certifications, stole the right side of his hair. That's part of the training. That's part of the training.
In the events and stuff and tests. There's tests involved and everything.
Tests? There's tests involved? Like the test you failed at Best Buy?
Certification.
Uh-huh.
But again, how do you prove that when the company doesn't exist? That's what I mean.
Ask people that work there.
It's easy in 2023 to make a documentary about it and pretend like you know anything.
We're basing Turkey Tom based everything in his fucking documentary about shit that Philip Burnell said himself. So I guess you can't. Big ups, August Stevenson. You have to maintain competency, vital for maintenance jobs. Yeah, so that makes sense to me. You have to do a certain amount a year, and if you do a certain amount, you get a little paper on the wall. And if you're a bad employee too, they're probably happy to send him places. Yeah, Phil, go to that other place, dude. Yeah. Just get him out of here.
When there's no way to corroborate anything because the company doesn't exist, right?
Oh, again, this is just Philip trying to say whatever Turkey Tom can't be proven or disproved. But again, Turkey Tom is basing everything on what he said, on what Philip said.
It's easy.
It's easy when you have 15 years of videos we can go back on, which we are doing today. Thank you.
Have a good night, Vietnamese comrade.
Have a good night, Vietnamese comrade. All right, we're going to stop this one for now. Don't worry. Everything is revealed. Let me see if his next comment is about it or not. Okay, so dying. Sorry, dying.
Stupid. No, it's not defamation. It's as well.
Uh-oh, here we go.
No, it's not defamation. It's speculation. And again, this is what the vast majority of these drama YouTubers do.
Speculation
right?
on videos
They
you
don't
put out
have
in the
any
past.
fact.
We're done. Okay. Now, we're going to go. Might seem strange, but it's worth it to get the full story.
Thank you for re-upping your membership. I appreciate that.
Big ups, Danny DAK. ALT, when Steve returns for Density Scrolls, just a special event with Meerkat and Sam included for a hype show. All right. Hey, that's an idea. Can't wait. All right. So we're going to go to a video, our oldest video of the day, I think. The day Philip was actually laid off, okay? So we have to hear about the story of the layoff, right? So we're going to spend a little bit of time here. He does waffle on a bit, so we might not watch the whole thing. But we do need to hear the story of how he was laid off because we need to compare that to the future telling of the layoff, okay? So we're going to start here with the layoff. This happened the exact same day he was laid off, if my memory is correct.
What's up,
Look at that absolute unit. Look like the body of a thumb. David. Whoa. Don't take my shopping bags. Excuse me, sir. Don't take my shopping bags. Officer? My dad's a sheriff. All right, let's go.
What's up, everyone?
Well, that foil injury looks hype, Smash Guy. Nice pull.
It's DSP here, and probably this is going to be the most honest video I've ever made. It's going to be shooting from the hip, but I'm also going to be very careful what I say, obviously for legal reasons.
Most honest video I've ever said. I'm also going to be very careful.
Because of what's going on right now. And I really don't know where I'm going to go with it. This is actually take 2, because take 1, I really just rambled on like a fucking moron and didn't know what I wanted to say.
Hope we don't do that this time.
Basically, as you know, past 2 years I've been making videos on YouTube, and this has always been my side thing. This has always been my hobby, the thing that I do for, free time, because I love video games. So I do video game playthroughs, comedy videos, game reviews, things like that. Well, bottom line is this. I went into work today, and they laid me off. So I no longer have a full-time job. I'm unemployed. And this means a lot of things.
What does it mean?
Some good, some bad. I see both sides of every situation. I try to look at it and take everything with a grain of salt and understand. The thing is this, you know, it's easy to be very negative and say, oh, this is bullshit. America sucks. The economy sucks. They're laying everyone off. And I'm sure that a lot of people watching this video know someone personally, either a friend, either a loved one, a relative who's been laid off recently. Because it's happening all over the country. And to be frank, it's happening all over the world in a lot of these economies.
I don't want to be frank.
And so, yeah, I'm taking it as a good and bad. And here's what I say. Obviously, the bad. The bad is this. I don't have a job. But the good news is this. I wasn't fired. You know what I mean? I didn't leave. So I'm actually getting a severance package that should at least take care of me for a couple of months, hopefully through the holidays. And so that would be great. You know, especially with the holidays coming up, you know, you got to be careful with everything going on, and especially when you're out of work, you got to be careful.
That's interesting. He equates the holidays to like bills, when holidays are like you're buying stuff for people. But if you're in a, you know, rough situation, you just, you know, don't buy stuff for them, and they understand that. But I don't think Philip took a break from buying presents for anybody, because why? Why do that? There's credit cards.
What you spend. And so I'm thinking a lot. I'm thinking a lot about things, about what I'm doing with YouTube, about whether or not I want to go back to the kind of job that I was just in, whether I want to, now that I have the time, you know, I've always said I do my YouTube videos as a side project, as a hobby. Well, now that I have the time to do it, can I put full time, like this is a real job? Can I put 8 to 10 hours a day into it of effort and see if I can turn this into something that could be a job?
So this is real. This is real. This is the real decision point, right? This is where, does BSP gaming take off, or do I go back to an office? This is still at that decision point right now.
Because a lot of people, let's be honest, there are people on YouTube, Nigga Higa,
Well, what'd you say?
Alright, he's the only one that I like. Oh, Shake Tarts, too. He's good, too. These people took this normal stuff that they were doing in comedy videos and stuff, and they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. So, it's possible to do it. And is that something that I want to do? Is that what I want to go with my life? Especially being that you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, it could go one way where I become popular and that works. It could go another way where I become popular, but then all of a sudden the fad dies out, and now what am I going to do for work?
That's what happened,
or
actually.
Just be that I put all
That's actually what ended up happening.
this time and effort and money into it, and it doesn't work at all. So yeah, it's a big chance. It's a big gamble.
Big chance.
One thing I do want to say, a lot of people at my job knew that I did make videos on YouTube, and a lot of people have seen this. So everyone at my job, I just want to say, well, at my former job, I just want to say, without, you know, obviously divulging too much personal information, thank you. I enjoyed my 5 years there. All of you made it a great time, and, you know, I'm looking at this in a positive light rather than negative light. You don't have to worry about me. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to figure this out, and
we'll figure it out.
You know,
positively.
I'm going to rethink what I'm doing with my life, and we're going to go from there and see where it happens.
Sounds good.
Like I said, this is the first time I've lost a job in my life. I am going to basically...
That is an utter lie. An utter lie.
Like I said, this is the first time I've lost a job in my life.
That's just straight up. Like, that's not even a thing you like, oops, I want to kind of... It's just a lie. Officer Sanders foil, nice pull. That's just a lie. We've heard him in this series get fired from 2 jobs, right? So, hey. And Black Mage, don't enjoy the bosoms, but also enjoy the under boob sweat, right? That is another bonus of this video. Big ups on the blabs.
I am going to basically brush myself off. I'm going to stand back up after getting knocked down, and I'm going to go out there and figure out what to do.
Oh, he said isn't. My bad.
This is the first time I've think what I'm doing with my life, and we're going to go from there and see where it happens. Like I said, this is the first time I've...
40 likes and climbing. Be great if
I don't know.
We have almost 200 viewers.
Squid.
We get some more likes. It helps the stream and the channel in general for discoverability purposes.
Maybe this is one of the times he talks. He kind of Jin maps it. Jin speaks it. Let me hear again. One more chance. Does he say this isn't or is?
Doing with my life, and we're going to go from there and see where it happens. Like I said, this is the first time I've lost a job in my life.
That's close.
I am going to basically...
But I'll agree it's on the line enough to not be a big deal. Okay, move on positively. I agree.
Brush myself off. I'm going to stand back up after getting knocked down, and I'm going to go out there and figure out what to do. And it's going to be okay. You know,
First time he left the job by not getting sacked. Well, yeah, that's true. He was laid off in this case, correct?
They're going to work out. There are concerns. For example, I just moved into this condo a year ago, and in America, no one has money to buy a condo or anything outright. Everyone's poor. You know, everyone puts everything.
Oh yeah, everyone's poor in America at this time. I forgot about this arc. This is the America poor time.
And in America, no one has money to buy a condo or anything outright. Everyone's poor.
Everyone's poor.
You know, everyone puts everything on credit. So of course, this is not about mortgage.
That's you.
So I'm paying a mortgage on this condo right now. That's a big concern. It's a big payment every month. And in a couple of months, when this severance package runs out, where am I going to get that money from? That's a major fucking concern. And I have bills. I have credit card debt. I have other things going on.
Oh, you got that right, brother.
You know, it is definitely a worry and a concern of where the money's going to come from.
He already has credit card debt.
But what I can say is this.
What are you going to say?
I thought about it already, and I think at least for the next couple of months, while I'm maybe searching for a full-time job, I might start taking YouTube seriously. I might try to figure out how to basically turn this into a job.
Pretty much it. That's pretty much it for the Sikorsky era. We can listen to a little bit more. Let's hear the Future on YouTube bit here. Another 2 minutes, and then we'll go.
It's a possibility, right? And it might not mean that I'm just going to do playthroughs anymore, because let's be honest, everyone knows you can't sell a playthrough. You can put it online, you might be able to get around putting ads on it, but you can't sell it. It's not a product you can sell.
I don't understand what he's saying there. It's not a product you can sell. He said you can put ads on it, but it's not a product you can sell. I don't know what that means exactly, because you can put ads on it. You can't make money on those ads. Maybe that's what he's saying, but then why would you put ads on it? I mean...
So whether that means that I figure out a way to turn my commentary into a product, I don't know if anyone's seen this.
Like, you keep saying
this place called Riff Tracks before, but basically. It's
I want DSP Riff Tracks. DSP Riff Tracks. So Riff Tracks were like people they tell you like start the movie at this point, and you just buy like their audio commentary. That's how you got around the copyright shit. Is like you'd have like literally a movie on, and like you know it'd be funny like. They'd add their commentary to it, but what would DSP Riff Tracks be? Just a soundboard of goat laughs? Oh, that was funny.
A bunch of the guys who used to do the Mystery Science Theater 3000 TV and movie series went ahead and now they do live commentary over new movies. And they know they can't record the movies and redistribute the movies, so they actually record their commentary during the movie and then they sell it online. And what you do is you play it while you're watching the movie as if you're watching Mystery Science.
That leads me to believe he was thinking about making like a DVD. Like, 'cause in this time period on the internet, like DVDs were big. And like AVGN had a DVD. Side scrollers had DVDs. Everyone's putting out DVDs, so maybe that's what he's thinking about. I guess I don't know.
It's Theater 3000 episode. That's something I might be able to do. The only problem with that is think about how long a damn video game is. You know, movies an hour and a half, video games 10 hours. Try lining up 10 hours of audio. Not easy. Not an easy thing to do.
He wants to do riff tracks for live video games. That'd be funny. The pasta maker in the house says radio and TV have been skating by on no product. I don't know why he doesn't get that.
But I might branch out and try to do other videos.
Ooh, Iron Band. First pull for that Iron Band.
Had lots of ideas about things I've always wanted to do. Project 7, which has been on the back burner for almost a year now because I just don't have time to do that kind of video editing and put the effort into it that I want to.
Project 7,
I mentioned before about doing maybe a wrestling series, talking about that.
Oh, that happened. Smart guys.
There's a lot of things. Oh, by the way, I'm sweating like crazy. It has nothing to do with getting laid off. It's actually...
Yeah, we can see the moob sweat there. That's looking very robust right now.
If you can believe it, it's like heavy rain outside. But the game Heavy Rain, it's pouring outside. It's like the...
It's heavy rain outside. No, not what you're thinking. It's like the game Heavy Rain. Oh, shit. That's heavy rain, you know? It's not like the game. It's not like the weather Heavy Rain. It's like the game Heavy Rain. And by the way, I'm not sweating because I lost my job, okay? It's heavy rain outside. No, not the weather pattern. The game.
The worst weather in a long time. And it's hilarious that this is the day when they're laying people off at my former job, that they pick this kind of weather. But yeah, it is what it is. And so I'm thinking about, do I want to do YouTube full time? It is something that I might do, but I don't know for sure if it's going to pay off. It could end up being something that doesn't pay off, and then what's going to happen to me? I don't know.
You think?
But one thing I have decided on is that at least for the next couple of months through the end of 2010, I am going to stick to most of the playthroughs that I've said in my game schedule I'm going to play, and the reason is this. When I balance, you know, the little bit of money that I do make from doing the videos, it basically breaks even. You know, and all these games that you see me playing, people say, how do you afford it? Well, remember, you know, some people give me donations, which is nice. I do make a very, very small amount of money from the stuff that I make.
Already downplaying the money he gets. Very, very small, guys.
The merchandise. And,
oh my God, it's so small. It's so fucking small, dude. You can't even see it. It's so small. That's how much I make. It's like less than a penny.
I have a YouTube partner channel where, you know, ads and things like that are on it, and I do make some money there. From what I've estimated, it should be enough to basically play the games that I've wanted to play, and all the major releases basically coming out for the next couple of months. So, ironically, for the viewer, this is a great thing, because I'm going to be doing videos a lot more. I mean, like right now, I'm in the middle of Dead Rising 2, and I haven't had a lot of time to play
All right, we're done with this. I'm getting bored. All right, fuck this. We got the point. He's laid off at this point. All right, so now we're going to go a week later in time, a week in the future, to hear a little bit more about the Sikorsky situation. This is Enslaved playthrough, which very much a lost playthrough. I don't think would ever even have a This How You Don't Play of Enslaved. I doubt it. October 5th, 2010.
They call me DSP on YouTube, but please keep in mind that I want to say the first real week of major releases for 2010. Fourth quarter, here we go. It's going to be overdrive from here on out, multiple games. Before we start, obviously the game is going to be Enslaved.
Thanks for the hand. Thanks for the point. I can't tell.
The playthrough footage of this game will be on my channel, DSP Gaming, on YouTube. But please keep in mind that I...
Oh, interesting lore there. The platformer song.
I have a Twitter account called They Call Me DSP. Okay. And you can find all kinds of updates there, including what videos I'm putting out, what I'm currently doing, and if anything changes for whatever reason, that's where I put up those updates. And please check out my partner channel, The King of Hate HD, where I put up all kinds of other footage, but I also put in channel updates, unboxing videos, all kinds of things like that.
Okay.
So we're going to get started here with Enslaved, but please remember... due to some stuff that's changed, meaning that I got laid off last week from my full-time job,
Pretty big
I'm now
change.
trying to turn my my YouTube work here into a full-time job for me. So please, if you like the videos, do three things. Please watch, rate, and participate.
What does participate mean, I wonder? Watch, rate, participate. It changes to crap a little bit later, but now it's watch, rate, participate.
If you like the videos, do three things. Please.
Okay, what is it?
Watch, rate,
and
participate. Not only here on DSP Gaming, but also on The King of Hate HD. And there'll be more about some of the year-end stuff that I'll be doing as we get closer to the year-end. I'm going to go back to the Dark Side Phil channel, which was my original channel on YouTube. But anyway, enough of that. Got it out of the way. Let's jump right into Enslaved.
What does participate mean? And you know what participate means, by the way, is definitely click on the ads. That would change to comment. I thought it would change to... Wait, didn't it change to crap at some point? What was that one again? Comment? Yeah, I took... Hamster Slamming's taking a break. The bit was kind of tired. Comment, rate... I think it turned to crap, didn't it? I know there was something. I was going to say it. Scat. Scat was the word. Share, comment... I can't remember. Okay. Next, let's move forward positively. 2011, trying to get that comment, rate, and participate. There it is. Comment, rate, and participate. Crap. That's it. Utterly insane coming in hot here. Now we're on the tour of trying to make as much non-gaming content as we can because I'm not sure exactly if we're getting the monetization yet on gameplay. So this is when a lot of shit came out. And you know, you said like, wow, DSP did all this kind of other kind of content back in the day he doesn't do now. Well, it's not because he just wanted to do other kind of content. This was the only kind of content he could monetize in the beginning. And that's the only reason we got all these gems like condo tours every year or, hey, I'm eating this fucking burger. Oh, let's see what's at this restaurant. That only started because that was the only thing he could monetize at this point. I'm not sure the exact timeline of when it turned on for him. I know it's in this year. I'm not exactly sure of when, but anyways, nonetheless, here's the condo tour, and let's get a quick, big look at what's going on in this condo for a very specific reason.
In a drawer. Okay, anyway. On my wall here, I have a couple...
Oh, God. Sorry about that, guys.
Okay, anyway. On my wall here, I have a couple things. This is my ACE certification. That's right.
Yes.
This is a continuous improvement certification.
That's a better picture than the card I have now. Look at that. Okay. So it is a operations transformation, associate level, presented to David Burnell, April 30th, 2010. Human Style Being says, the ACE, Sikorsky still uses ACE. And Utterly Insane, I know you said earlier, ACE was required by all HSI staff to get FAA certification to repair aircraft. So you had to get this, every employee had to get this to repair aircrafts. For the company to repair aircrafts, they had to get this certification. Every employee had to get this certification. So quite literally, everyone in the company had to get this. So repeat that. Let me repeat that again. Everyone in the company had to get this. Okay. So there we go. This is the signing. Unfortunately, his dad's signature is not on it. That would be fucking funny, but it's not there. But let's hear a little bit more about this ACE certification, guys. Let's hear the details. There's also the university degree from Fairfield University, but let's keep going here.
ACE certification, that's right. This is a continuous improvement certification associate level that I earned last year at my previous job before they laid me off. And this is the parent company. This isn't the company that I actually worked for, so I'm not afraid of anything. And to be completely honest, you know what? Fuck it. Ooh. I got laid off. It's bullshit. And it's funny because they paid all this money for me to get this continuous improvement certification. Don't get me... This is not something you earn overnight, all right? You have to attend, like, a shitload of classes.
This is not something you earn overnight, guys. I don't think you guys understand this. This is not something you earn overnight.
Hold on a second. Oh, God. This is not something you earn overnight, okay? So, get it right, okay, assholes? Let's go.
You have to be in a bunch of events. You have to actually lead a couple events.
Now it's lead a couple events.
At your job to get the certification. So, you know, I earned the certification, and then a couple months later, they lay me off. What a bunch of bullshit. Anyway, here's my college degree to prove to everyone.
Right. So every employee had to have that. Every employee had to have that. So, you know, every employee has to have that for what Utterly Insane says is to make sure they can, you know, they can repair fucking helicopter parts. But so it wasn't like some kind of crazy option. They had to do it.
Who thinks that I'm full of shit? Yeah, I do have a college degree.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, you can't read Latin? Well, tough shit. Maybe you should be able to.
I never heard that one. You can't read Latin?
I never heard that. Hold on. You can't read pig Latin? Thank you, UnsaltedSkies.
My college degree to prove to everyone who thinks that I'm full of shit. Yeah, I do have a college degree. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't read Latin? Well, tough shit. Maybe you should be able to. Anyway. This is my calendar. I got this from Sideshow Collectibles for buying some of the...
You can't read Latin? Get fucked.
Yeah, that's what I want to say, random poster. Could you please explain the Latin you're speaking of here? All right, let's do 2 more minutes of Condo Tour, because I can't, you know, there's always some gold in these fucking tours.
The statues and the dioramas and such that you've seen in my condo so far. It's pretty cool. It features their products every month.
Is that Indiana Jones style? Okay, Indiana Jones style calendar, cool.
This is another poster from Club Nintendo. It's the history of Mario up to 2009, but it's actually outdated at this point because in 2010 there was Super Mario Galaxy 2, and it does not cover that.
Oh.
Here I have...
Outdated, dude. You gotta refresh that shit, man.
I have a file cabinet under there where I put all my legal documents, etc., etc. Here's my dresser, and yes, there is another model here. This is of White Queen. So people saw that box like 6 months ago and were like, what the hell is this White Queen box? Look how sweet this fucking model is. Seriously. She's got like this crazy sweeping cape. She's smoking.
What?
Fucking model is. To go and we're like, what the hell is this White Queen box? Look.
Yeah, what's this White Queen box? That's what I was thinking. Oh, Jenna, what do you think of this, Jenna? Please.
Look how sweet this fucking model is. Seriously.
That's fucking sweet, dude.
Seriously. She's got like this crazy sweeping cape. She's smoking fucking hot.
You You jerk off on it? This model's super smoking hot, dude. I mean, you do you, but...
She's one of the most powerful characters in the Marvel Universe, one of the...
Are you serious? Her power level is important with figures. Her power level?
Sweeping cape, she's smoking fucking hot. She's one of the most powerful characters in the Marvel Universe, one of the best psychics in the Marvel Universe. And I saw the model and I fucking said, I gotta get that.
I broke out the credit card quick on that one. She's very powerful.
Here behind her are a whole bunch of books.
Never touched them. Oh, is that a karate? Okay, martial arts style enjoyers. Is that a karate one, or is that a Street Fighter winning thing? Let's see. Let's hear this. Let's hear the story of that.
By Dan Brown, by Brian Jacques, by Michael
We don't need
Crichton,
the fucking authors.
Brad Meltzer's a couple there.
Okay. Yes, you're very smart, dude. All the authors' names.
Also have all the strategy guides that I have for
that's the Tekken one? Thank you, everybody. You guys are more Lord Masters than me.
games that are still here. So, for example, you got Fallout 3.
Oh, Fallout.
Fallout New Vegas.
Oh, Fallout New Vegas.
Fable 3, Fable 2.
All the strategy guides. Look at all these strategy guides.
Gears of War 2.
Adobe Premiere Pro for dummies. I'm going to be an editor, so I better pick this up. The most editing he did was add ending and start cards. Art of the what? Art of the deal? Art of the... it's a game. Art of Thief. Third.
Final Fantasy 3. Yes, I actually have the American strategy guide for Final Fantasy 3.
Oh, thank God it's the American strategy guide. I hate the other country strategy guides for that.
It's extremely rare. I love it because in that strategy guide, that guy actually puts flair into it and gets his own jokes and spins on stuff. So that's still
hilarious. Oh yeah, hilarious.
There. Just a dresser with clothes. Behind here.
All right, we can't do this. We'll do it. Don't worry. One day we're gonna do a whole fucking episode on just tours because it's fucking awesome. These are all awesome because he always fucking comes up with this insane takes. Like she's she's super powerful. Therefore, I need to pick up that that figure. That's the best. Okay, back to the stories of Sikorsky we go, where we should be. Let's get back on the rails here. Okay, it's a very field trip heavy episode so far. But this is 2022. We are going into the closet, okay? So let's check this out here.
So make sure that's all that's in there. It looks like.
What might we find in this magical closet, everyone? Get ready.
This is my certificate of completion for the ACE certification program associate level. I used to work for United Technologies.
Quiet as shit, Phil. Talk louder.
And a lot of people said I was full of shit because they're assholes. Okay.
No one said you were full of shit. No one on Earth claimed that you did not have an ACE certification. What people were saying was that everyone had got that and it means nothing. But let's do Extremism Phil and said that everyone thought I was full of shit and never got ACE certified. No, it's just no one thinks it's a big deal.
Okay.
Okay. Grandpa looking through his old pictures, looking through his 4x10 or 5x10s. Okay, found you here. Hang on a second here. Sit down, children. Let me tell you about this, okay?
It's my certificate of completion for the ACE certification program associate level, showing I used to work for United Technologies, and I don't think that the actual company Helicopter Support is on there, but that's where I used to work many, many, many years ago, over a decade ago. Okay? It's the associate level. The associate level is the first level. I think there's 3 levels.
So the lowest level, in other words.
There's an associate, there's a middle, and there's the master level. So basically, I did a ridiculous amount of coursework as well as on-the-fly projects and things to qualify for this.
So that is the lowest level then, okay.
And what this means is basically you, at the associate level, you're qualified to run and participate in ACE projects yourself. You're not just an entry-level person. You actually have a level of education in it. And what I was told... All right. When I got this...
What were you told? That you were also an employee and here's a sticker?
Was that this is my gateway to greatness at this company. If you put in all the extra time and effort that you'll need to get this certification, okay?
Oh, it's so corporate speak.
You are on your road to getting, promoted and elevated in United Technologies or Sikorsky Aircraft or HSI or whatever you want to call it. Every division, everything is a little different.
Holy shit.
Right?
He buys the marketing speak where like they tell you, yeah, UnsaltedSkies. That's what Utterly Insane says. Says that it was required, and I believe him. I mean, Utterly Insane, I trust. He says this following: ACE was required by all HSI staff to get FAA certification to repair aircraft. So it was required from all employees. And yes, it was the start of. It was your start into success. Is literally what Phil just said. It was your start into success.
Aircraft or HSI or whatever you want to call it, every division, everything's a little different.
Okay.
Right? So basically, here's what happened.
What happened?
I had a bunch of smoke blown up my ass.
Robust blown here.
Basically, here's what happened.
Okay, what happened?
Had a bunch of smoke blown up my ass by the VP of the company.
He said this test was very important. And he said I was on my way to have an amazing career with this company. But then, that's what every company says.
I'm not going to say his name, although he fucking deserves it for being such a fucking dishonest scumbag. But he blew smoke up my ass for many years, telling me that if I worked my ass off and I did all this extra work to earn this certification and to help improve the company, that I would be rewarded.
What were they supposed to say? You know, just try your fucking best. We don't give a shit. Your future? Who knows?
That basically
yeah, that was the dad. Let's get it straight. Let's not remember. I still have this on call. This is from Dave Burnell's public LinkedIn page. Philip Burnell was hired between the years of 2005 and 2007 when Dave Burnell was the customer support manager, which is the position that Philip Burnell was given.
I could either do this for a living, continuous improvement, or this would propel me to a better part of my life in the company. All right.
A better part of my life in the company.
ACE, which it stands for Achieving Competitive Excellence. It actually says it right there. It's called continuous improvement. What it means is
is there ever anyone on earth that's more built for this? Like this kind of corporate speak, like marketing speak and corporate speak. He is Anonymous Fish got the first 100. It's 5x. It's made for people like Philip, you know, like most normal humans. They read that corporate shit. You know, we all had jobs like that where they say, if you do your best, you have a great future at Saber Electronics. And you're like, you know, it's all right. It's a racket. You like it, but it's whatever. But Philip like buys into that shit. Like, holy shit, I could have a good future here.
Really weird.
Awesome. Hold on a second. You're saying I could have a great future? Okay, I'm interested. You know, like that shit is not like real life. It's just corporate speak.
You're able to sit down and take a look at any process in any company.
Any company,
you can
Apple,
map this process out from start to finish.
OnlyFans, YouTube. You can look at any process of any company. Awesome.
You can actually analyze the process and find the problems with the process that either make it too unwieldy, take too long, be too costly to do. So I'll give you an example.
Too unwieldy.
I can map out my day. Waking up in the morning, doing this, getting the stream turned on, managing the pre-stream, being on stream, doing the pod.
You need an ACE certification to do YouTube streams. I don't know how I got this stream going, guys. I don't have ACE certification, though, but I somehow managed to start the stream. Man, you need ACE certification to start a stream.
In the morning, doing this, getting the stream turned on, managing the pre-stream,
managing the pre-stream? Let me translate managing the pre-stream. Banning trolls. Taking sips. Burping. And that's I think that's it. Did I miss anything? Getting your lies in order.
Being on stream, doing the podcast, switching that over, taking a break, going to my stream, my gameplay.
Taking a break.
Map the whole thing out.
Jerking off. Forgot that. Jerking off. Making sure the camera's off to jerk off. Snorting. Yes. That one day, you know what? Few know this. But without an ACE certification, he might have left the camera on many more times. But since he had his ACE certification, that mistake never happened again. Okay? So get fucked. Please. That's what ACE certification does. You might make one mistake, but you'll never make it again. So thank God he had that ACE certification, or he would have been totally fucked, dude. Totally fucked.
My sister's not being abused.
Punish Lasagna. Great point. Master of Analysis Phil Burnell, playing Dead Rising, decides to charge a sniper with a baseball bat. Ace certification at work. There's another example. He's about to fight the most renowned sniper in the history of the world. in the open jungle. I shouldn't say open jungle. The thick jungle. What do I need? Better get my shotgun, boys, and run around like an asshole.
Put time values and dollar values on all of it.
Dollar values?
In my day, what can I improve and what can I make better?
Let's put a dollar value on the pre-stream jerk off. What's the dollar value on those?
The stopgap. What's a situation where maybe it takes too long to get through this because of a certain reason or whatever?
Maybe that's why he doesn't ban Derek, because that's not a high enough dollar value to ban Derek yet. So he's just gonna wait for that to reach its high enough dollar amount, and then he will ban Derek, which is actually not wrong, because if he won't do it until Derek does something that fucked up he has to respond to. But I love this. Everything has a dollar amount. Yes.
Really, this works best for manufacturing.
Okay.
Because typically what happens is these companies will work on a whole process to build something at a company or a factory, and then they'll not realize, oh man, you're wasting so much time on this step that could be done much easier if you redesigned it, rather than having everything come to this step and have to wait. You see?
I can hear the people, the people listening to that saying, yep, okay, that's a good idea. Yep, we'll get on that. Oh, you're Mr. Burnell's son? Okay. Oh, yeah, great idea. We'll take that into consideration. Thanks, Phil. Wait for him to leave. All right, yeah, just ignore that, guys. Just ignore that. It's Dave's kid. He's special. He's special.
So, in regards to this, all right, basically, after I got this certification, which took tons of extra time, and I'm not talking, fully on the clock time. There was a lot of dedication and time I had to do outside of getting paid.
Oh, my God.
I get the certification. They tell me now that you're an associate, you can run this high-level event to redesign our repairs process at the company I worked at.
High-level event. How much you want to bet it's like a Facebook event? That's the event. Yeah. Yeah, with his name tag. Excuse me, everybody. This is I am Phil Burnell, Dave's son. Not sure. I have a few suggestions to improve your operations here, gentlemen. Yeah.
Helicopter support. Okay.
Okay. So I opened up Facebook.
I'll do it. You told me this is the way for me to get ahead in the company. Work my ass off. Do this for you. I'll do it. It took me 6 to 8 months. I redesigned the entire
6 to 8 months
repairs process along with other people. It wasn't just me. I'm not going to take the credit, but I ran the event. All right.
I ran the event. I booked the conference room. Excuse me. I like the conference room from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Thank you.
Daddy, I ran the event, right?
Yeah. Whatever. Do you want to do something cool, like go fishing this weekend?
No, I'm a gamer, Daddy.
All right, whatever. Just talk with your mommy.
At the end of the event, the repairs process was redesigned and became streamlined and saved the company a ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah. Okay. Dave Burnell.
Okay.
Dave Burnell telling his son things so he feels important.
They gave me, and I didn't save it because I was so upset I threw it out.
All right. Do we have another top one thing that never happened?
Okay. They gave me, and I didn't save it because I was so upset I threw it out. They gave me another award just like this that said, reward for going above and beyond.
Oh, yeah, that's the old classic. Reward for going above and beyond a reward. I love those certifications. I've received many. We all have. Reward for going above and beyond. I love those. Those are awesome. Wait. Let me search the internet. Oh, I think I found the award. Let me tell you what it says. It says, award for going above and beyond and even working outside of time when you are not fully on the clock. Local employee on track to become CEO of Sikorsky. This has nothing to do with being the son of Dave Burnell. That's what it says on the award. It's awesome. Holy shit, man. It's real. And there's even a gold star on it. Yeah. And it's signed in crayon. That's awesome. That's really incredible, dude. I can't believe he didn't save that one. This dude put this on a wall. ACE certification goes on his wall at home, but he doesn't keep his Go Above and Beyond reward? That's the most unbelievable part of this whole story yet.
Another award just like this. That
Listen to
says,
this.
Reward for going above and beyond.
What reward is called reward for going above and beyond? You get those at elementary school when you clean up after when you clean up instead of just leaving your crayons out.
Burnell, went above what you were required to do for your job. This is a recognition award.
Whoa, recognition reward. I like the non-recognition awards. Those are my favorite. The non-recognition ones, those are even better.
Above what you were required to do for your job. This is a recognition award.
Ah.
So they give it to me.
Recognition reward?
Wow, great. And then 2 months later, they reorganized the company and laid me off.
Oh man.
And that's when I lost my job in 2010. While I was doing YouTube videos and everything from 2008, 2009, and all of 2010, I was busting my ass at this job as well. So I had a really difficult,
doing your job, let's say,
time-consuming job. Plus, I was putting out video game content on the internet all at once.
Oh my God! Can you imagine doing a job and then having a hobby? It's crazy.
Just for them to kick my ass out of the company after I saved them insane amounts of money by redesigning their own process.
Redesigning their own process.
The good news is, if I ever did want to go into some kind of work like that again, I have this, and I can say, look, at one point,
we gotta wait for Phil to be more destitute so he can do the kind of the documentary style that Boogie just did, because I want to see him go into a job place and show him that. Excuse me, I'm looking for employment. I don't know if you know this. I have an ACE certification. There was also I had another certificate. I actually threw it away. It was the I went above and beyond reward, and I am a very special boy reward. I didn't save that one, unfortunately, but it is really, really there. I received that a few years ago, okay?
I had this. It means a lot because it's a ton of work, and I still to this day remember techniques and processes that I used in this continuous improvement process. Probably I need to do a little bit of catch-up work, but I could probably jump into something like that if I ever wanted to.
She sucks his dick.
Big ups, Kevin says he was toxic. He was a toxic dick before he got the helicopter job, and he has consistently been went after it. I wonder if he attempted self-control due to his daddy at work. I wonder, like maybe his dad being there was a benefit to him, because like he couldn't be a total asshole. At least that's what you'd think. That's what you'd hope, but obviously we don't know.
Just with a little bit of kind of dedication to it. But
sorry about that,
man. This is like evidence that I was screwed completely by that company.
Evidence I was screwed.
How do you put all this time and money into someone getting this level of education for this process, have them fix your business, and then lay them off?
I don't understand it, dude. What happened?
So anyway,
they lost their way. Developers lost their way. So this company overall is a mixed bag. 9 out of 10.
So again, these have been in my office closet for 8+ years untouched. Now I know where they are. Let me get those back in there.
Yeah, he ain't gonna need those. I would love to see him break those out in an interview. I have an ACE certification from 2010. Yeah, you can just throw that away, sir. That means nothing in 2023. But we appreciate the idea. We appreciate the thought, sir. Hold on. Oh God. I mean, this. This is this is a. I have to clear my throat like DSP today. This is a. How can I put this lightly? This is a grandpa way to get up. You have to first move your butt up to the lip of the chair and then get up. So watch this. Yeah, watch this. He moves his butt to the edge. Yeah. Yes. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. Let's move forward positively. Let's just see his next item. Oh man, look at that.
Before we go to that stuff
What? What are the hands doing?
Hold on.
So weird. It's so odd. It's like uncomfortable.
I wonder.
So odd. All right, I got to move on. It's too weird. All right. 2016, and this is my favorite
60
YouTube
likes
title.
now. We're at 60.
Oh,
and
60
we're going
likes.
for 100, guys. If you could, please like the stream. And, of course, all of the support is greatly appreciated.
This is my favorite YouTube title of all time. My history, Hearthstone, role of Italian heritage. This is second only to Rip Etika, Judgment Begins. I love this. My history, Hearthstone, role of Italian heritage. All right, let's go. It's Sikorsky related. Let's go.
It's funny because that office job that I talk about all the time, that business is almost.
Oh, it's funny. I heard it. It's not funny. I heard it.
Paid way less than what I was supposed to be earning for the work I was
Hold
doing.
on. Slow it down.
Job,
yeah,
has meaning. You know what I mean? Like before this, you're working an office job. You're fucking putting in hours, not really getting much recognition for the hard work you're doing. You know, there's some people who say that they're recognizing you. Yeah, here I am in the same fucking job getting paid way less than what I was supposed to be earning for the work I was doing.
No.
And then I get fucking laid off out of nowhere, and it's like, you know, what kind of existence is that? Basically, it proves that no one cares about the employee in a workforce at a job, you know? And you're slaving away for a company. You don't really care about the fate of the company or anything. And it's funny because that office job that I talk about all the time, that business is almost completely gone if you don't know. I worked for this helicopter company for almost 5 years. I busted my ass for this company, and they're almost completely gone. Like, they've laid off most of their workforce. Most of the work that they were doing here in the United States, they outsourced to other places. And the company has lost so much money at this point that the whole division is basically kind of reforming itself and being phased out. So the work that I did doesn't even exist anymore. So it's like this ultimately.
Still doing business in 2023, by the way. It's 2016. They are still in business.
What I do here, at least I feel like I'm making a difference. I'm doing something that's entertaining people, that's making people's lives better. I'm spreading the news about current events and stuff that I think is important. At least I feel like I get some kind of a fucking impact on the planet. You know what I mean? Versus those 9-to-5 jobs, I never felt that. I never felt like I was valued. I never felt that anything I did had value. So that kind of motivates me to keep going. You know what I mean? Like, at least even all the shit that I go through, the shit that my girlfriend and our family members and all the shit that we've all gone through because I have a YouTube career, right? It's worth it if ultimately some good comes of it, and I think good has come of it. And that's why I keep pushing through for 8 years.
Oh, great.
All right, this is a quick one. This one's from Low Tier Lord, and he says, Phil,
Big ups, Low Tier
would
Lord.
you consider playing Street Fighter V with fans in the near future, especially when lobbies come out? Yes! In fact, that was one of my plans for launch week. I wanted to do a lobby where it was going to be myself, my friend Brian Burke, who I did do a lobby with.
Yes! All right, this is boring. Next one. Okay, we're still... And this, the Sikorsky story is one of the odd ones that sometimes happen. In that Sikorsky was sold in 2015 for $9 billion to Lockheed Martin. Yeah, and they still like do something, right? Oddly, like I don't know if it's like the same business, but like there's still like Sikorsky website and shit, right? That's what I thought through my low level research of the company. But like they still are doing stuff just under a different like umbrella, right? But I do want to say that this Sikorsky story is an odd one because it's one of those ones where in the early days of YouTube, he wouldn't mention it that much. But now as the years go on, he mentions it way more. Okay, way more. But in the past, he would talk about it way more deeply, right? And then now, once we get past like 2019 or something, we get the same story a million times in a row. All right, so this is, again, one of those times where we're going to hear a story about Sikorsky. And as we go through, we're kind of going to go back in time, in this case, to hear how the story has changed over time once we get past this kind of modern telling of the story, let's say, post-2019 era, you know what I mean? But anyways, enough nonsense. Let's listen.
Everything changed for me. All right? The company I was working at for my full-time job restructured. I lost my job. And now I was faced with a dilemma.
Uh-oh, dilemma, dude. Oh, come get the fuck out of here. Did I push a button? Start again. Shut the fuck up.
I had bought a condo.
Here we go.
Lost my job.
I was faced with a dilemma.
And now I was faced with a dilemma.
Uh-oh.
I had bought a condo near my job because I was planning on working there pretty much indefinitely.
Okay, so I wanted to bring this one up for a reason. Turkey Tom in his video points out that Phil got a condo, and he says here, to get closer to his job. He was living with his parents at this point. And I'm not going to show the address and all that shit, because that's kind of fucked up, in my opinion. But his parents' place of living and Philip's condo are almost equally away from Sikorsky. And that is true. So he didn't need to buy a condo in any way to help with the commute. I know there's a lot of reasons you want a condo. You might want to just move out of your parents and stuff. But to have something to blame it on, he chooses to say that I got it to be closer to my work when it's really not that much closer to his work. So let's hear him tell the story here, though.
I didn't really...
He just wanted a condo, but he doesn't want to say that. He can't ever just want to buy something. He has to have a reason behind it. That's it.
Like the job, but I felt like I was going to be able to do this for a living and grow into it long term. And when that was taken away from me and I was laid off, I didn't know what to do. Basically, I looked at the job sector, in my area there in Connecticut where I lived. There was absolutely nothing there that was close to what I was doing and paying close to what I was making. I was going to either have to take a bunch of part-time jobs that had...
Yeah, so Felipe Baxter, this story gets thrown around, right? He bought it to impress a girl at his job. If someone has that, I will play it today because I can't find that. I cannot find the mentioning of Philip Burnell saying anything about that. And I know that's the story, that it was to impress a girl. But I couldn't find anything about that. And I know that I think over time it becomes like old wives' tales where we kind of like, that's just a story. But I've never heard Phil himself say that. I've heard a lot of detractors say it, but I've never heard Phil say it. So if anyone has that, please, my DMs are open on Discord and Twitter. I would like to hear that. But, I'll play it right the fuck now. But it's just, I think people just think that's the truth, but it's not. It might not be the actual case.
Nothing to do with anything I had been doing and juggle them or do something drastic. So at that time, I remember coming home that day from work and sitting down and watching this or making this video where I explained to everyone what had happened. I'd been laid off. I didn't know what to do. And
so we saw the video he's talking about, the sweaty move video.
A lot of people left me a lot of support and motivational comments at that time saying, you know what? We like your content. We like you as a person. You're not a ginormous rich guy. You don't get millions of views on every video you put out.
This is a very normal thing for people to comment in 2010, by the way.
But maybe you could turn this into something. Give it
So he's saying that people commented this, by the way. People commented this is what he's trying to make you believe.
Thought. I said, you know what? Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try. I'm going to do this as a full-time job. I'm going to put out full-time gameplay content, and I'm going to put out part-time vlogging content. I can only monetize the vlogging, not the gameplay. So I need your guys' buy-in that you're going to watch, rate, and participate in all of my content so that I can make a living doing this.
What do you mean by participate?
Sadly, some people took this the wrong way, and they went and watched all my vlogs and literally sat there clicking on the ads like this, which you can't.
You said participate, though, sir.
Can't do. If you do that on YouTube, you get in trouble. And people did this for about 2 months, and within 2 months, no exaggeration, I went from making $100 to $200 a month on my vlogging channel to about $10,000 to $15,000 a month on my vlogging channel. So obviously that raised some red flags. Initially, when I saw this, I was like, oh shit, if this keeps up, I'll be rich forever. And within 2 months...
I'll be rich forever. He still makes that much now, by the way. Not exactly 15, but, almost $10,000 a month.
Months of that happening, YouTube said, we think something wrong is going on here. They were right. They called it invalid click activity. They basically said that it looked like people were clicking the shit out of my videos that shouldn't have been. Because of that, my AdSense was going to be suspended.
Yep, and you said comment, rate, and participate, hint, hint, many times.
Okay, so now, not only did I lose...
And he did say, please click on the ads. He's ignoring that part. He's not going to bring that up, but he did say click on the ads before.
My office job. I lost any ability to make money on any YouTube videos because they suspended my AdSense account and I couldn't put ads on any video.
This is not about Sikorsky anymore, so we're going to move on. But I can search DSP, click on the ads, and you can see it. Look, have I already searched for that?
So
let's watch this real quick.
Please go to my partner channel, The King of Hate HD, and click on the ads that show up on the video.
Click on the ads. There we go. You heard
there was no video on
ads that show up on the.
Okay then.
This is from James the Lesser Express Lane. Big ups for this video.
Please go to my partner channel, The King of Hate HD, and click on the ads that show up on the video.
And no, there is no video on YouTube literally for me telling people to click on ads. You're absolutely wrong.
Please go to my partner channel, The King of Hate HD, and click on the ads that show up on the video.
Tamanese just said that in the stream chat. You are wrong.
Shout him.
Well, what did I say? Comment, rate, and participate does not mean click on ads.
You said that as well.
I crunched some numbers. I tried to figure some stuff out. And basically, realistically, I could probably make this work and be that I just make videos for YouTube as a job. It being that now I don't have a full-time job taking up 8 hours a day, actually really it was more like 10 to 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, and having that time now to work on my videos and my gameplay and other things, I might be able to make it work. And here's how. It's not going to be based off of selling any product. It's basically going to be based off of my partner channel, which is this channel, The King of Hate HD, and basically how much you guys participate with this channel, if you know what I mean. I'm not allowed to come out and just say,
So even if he just, let's pretend he didn't say click on the ads. He's telling you right there what participate means. So if you label something whatever the fuck you want, I need you to take this person out, if you know what I mean. Take this person out. And then you go kill someone for me. I can't say, I didn't say to kill the person. I said take the person out. You know what I mean? Even if we didn't have the exact proof of him saying click on the ads, he said participate, and he tells you what participate means.
How you can do that, but anyone who's accustomed to YouTube and how the partner channels work, I'm sure you understand what I'm saying.
Negative shit about me. But keep after 8 years, please keep propagating the same bullshit that people have said for 8 years that has no factual basis, because it makes you seem very intelligent to just keep saying the same bullshit over and over.
Please go to my partner channel, The King of Hate HD, and click on the ads that show up on the video.
Before I even monetized any gameplay videos at all, that was when I was only monetizing vlogs and the like. And admittedly, what I did when I did it, it was wrong. I mean, I know I did it because people have linked me to the video a million times. It was wrong to do. I was stupid about it, and I shouldn't have ever done that or said that. That was 10 years ago. That was 10 years ago. That was 10 years ago.
10 years ago, guys. 10 years ago. Doesn't matter what I said. 10 years ago, guys.
1-0. A decade ago. And you bring it up like it happened today. Who's the
No one brings it up like it happened today. What is that?
asshole here?
It doesn't even, this sound box doesn't make sense. This sound box doesn't even make sense. What's the point of that?
Alrighty then.
You don't have any other comedy to do, so there we go. Next video. Let's take a look at Sikorsky aircraft. What say we do that?
All right, so what you're seeing right now is the movie theater. All right, so what you're seeing right now is and I've probably gone to this movie theater a couple hundred times, no lie, in my lifetime. This theater was completely redone twice. I think only certain movies get it. But yeah, it's pretty crazy that this is going to be the last time that I'm actually going to this movie theater, when this is the one I've pretty much gone to my entire life. Growing up as a teenager, I used to hang out here and went on dates here and all kinds of stuff. And
that was the 14-year-olds?
Really funny thing about this
really funny.
That behind us here, that building you see in the background is the office building that I used to work at. That's the company that laid me off in 2010. So pretty crazy to come full circle here. Here I am in the parking lot, a few hundred feet away from the company that basically tossed me off into the fucking space, mistreated me, and here they are. And by the way, since I got laid off...
Mistreated me, by the way? Mistreated me? Laying off? Is that kind of a mistreatment?
Into the fucking...
They gave him a severance package? Seems like they followed all the due law they needed to.
Space, 200 feet away from the company that basically tossed me off.
Oh yeah, they tossed him off. Get that soundbite. They tossed me off.
Into the fucking space, mistreated me, and here they are. And by the way, since I got laid off, about half the company's gotten laid off, including my hiring manager who hired me originally back in...
Oh, your dad got laid off? He did. Actually, he did, but many years after Phil claims.
2007 is gone. Everyone's gone. And the company is basically on its last legs, going to go out of business.
This video was recorded in 2014.
Gee, maybe if you didn't fucking lay off the people who actually did all the work, you could have actually gotten something done. But I'm just saying. So, pretty interesting to see.
Wait a minute, who did you take on dates here?
Uh-oh. There's the classic Leanna Simps. Enjoy.
It was a long, long time ago, honey. A long time ago.
Don't worry, I was just lying for the fans. I never took any dates here.
So anyway, interesting to see the movie theater I grew up with, which is literally in the same lot as the company that I used to work for. There you go.
Okay, Sikorsky Aircraft, huge company. Next up, let's go to his 40th birthday. We're telling our whole fucking life story again. We get more Sikorsky.
Really destroyed the entire idea of a business team that I was working for within a year. And I
He's
left
talking about he's malding about Best Buy here. And we're going to get to Sikorsky in a second.
there. Then I went to a working at Circuit City, an electronics store, to working at a bank for a year to find out that the bank was actually a predatory lender and everything there was corrupt and fucked up and I had to leave. Then
I had to leave.
I ended up working at Best Buy for a year just to find out that Best Buy was also fucked up and corrupt and they basically completely destroyed the entire idea of a business team that I was
They basically destroyed the idea of a business team.
working for within a year and I left there.
I left there. All of these untruths coming out rapid fire here.
Then I went to a helicopter company that I stayed at for 4.5 years just to find out that they mistreat their employees and they overused me, underpaid.
What was that again?
That I stayed at for 4.5 team that I was working for was also fucked up and corrupt and they
Let's hear. I always want to hear the Best Buy again. It's not the Best Buy episode, but I want to hear that again. I know I played it during the Best Buy episode, but let's be very careful about the wording here.
basically completely destroyed the entire idea of a business team that I was working for within a year and I left there.
I left there. I left there. I left there.
Then I went to a helicopter company that I stayed at for 4.5 years just to find out that they mistreat their employees and they overused me,
They mistreat their employees, overused me,
underpaid me and laid me off when they didn't
underpaid me and laid
fucking
me
need
off.
me anymore. You know what I mean? Like it's a pattern of
So now he said they overused me.
Underpaid me and laid me off when they didn't fucking need me anymore.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like it's a pattern of it's not like
What? You being a fucked up employee and getting fired, or you leave yourself? Is that it?
anything I could have ever planned out and said, this
Is that where we're going with this?
how what I can do with my life in 4 or 5 years. I've never had that
Pattern. Okay, let's just analyze the patterns of his life. He's getting the lowest level job, the mall job with the frozen yogurt. He didn't get fired from there, so let's give him credit for that one. That's like level 1. I'll make the shakes on level 1. Tell me when Panda's ready. I'll be the guy shakes with level 1. Okay, so he didn't get fired from that job. Next job, he worked for an entire year until he learned it was a predatory lending job. Right. Took him a year to figure that out. Nothing to do with not getting good leads and all that shit. If you saw that episode, remember he complained about the leads and I can't make sales. I get bad leads. Dude gets so pissed off, says, fuck you. Then Phil quits. He says he quits, but you know the truth there. Laid off from that job, fired from that job, let's say. Best Buy or Circuit City. Hey, you got to take some tests. Best Buy, you got to take some tests, dude, to improve your standing in the position, right? Then what happens? I'm not taking any tests. I'll see you in court. Fired from that then that's another. He was fired from there for the fucking PlayStations, but there's always the pattern is that Phil seems to be the worst employee there and is usually fired or laid off in this case. But it's not Philip Burnell's fault.
opportunity. I've never had that privilege. I guess I would say that's a privilege. If you're someone whose life is so stable and so dependable and doesn't fluctuate and everything works out for you, that's actually like a privilege from what I've seen.
That's
I
like
don't
a
think many people get that
privilege.
in real life, but some
Yeah,
people
get
just think
there.
they do, especially those who are, I hate to say it, filthy rich. Those who are born into money, they
Yep.
live in that lifestyle of,
Person you are watching here makes more than 100,000 every single year.
oh, look what I got to do. I get to plan everything out and it's so nice. Like, how the hell else gets to do that exactly, right? None of my friends ever got to do that, plan out an
You need friends for that.
entire fucking
Can't
life.
really compare.
You know, we didn't live in that privileged lifestyle. And that's kind of the same for me.
Really need friends for that.
Like, I never knew what was going to happen with my life. If YouTube hadn't happened, if I hadn't started to become a YouTuber back when I did, I have no idea what I'd be doing with my life right now. Zero idea. I
no one knows.
couldn't even tell you how things would have went. You know, who would have known, right? So it's just crazy, like, that people have these thoughts about life and how it should be. By the time you're 40, you should have this and you should have this and that. All right? So I still to this day now, I'm 40 years old today, and I think back to the 40th birthday party of my great aunt.
Great aunt. She never told me she had gout. She was kind of a bitch. But anyways.
I called her my great aunt. She's really, or not my great aunt, or my godmother, excuse me. I called her my
fairy godmother now.
aunt, but she wasn't. She was my godmother. It was weird. My family, we didn't like say godfather, godmother. We said,
Oh, the godfather. I'm your godmother. You're going to be a very nice Italian boy. I will grease your hair every day. I take you to Vinny's Pizza. I'm your godmother.
Uncle and aunt for some reason. I don't know. But anyway.
They called God, what was that? They literally called Godfather?
Godfather, God. But she wasn't. She was my godmother. It was weird. My family, we didn't like to say Godfather, godmother. We said uncle and aunt for some reason. I don't know.
My head is too twisted to understand that one. I want Vinny's Pizza. I want you to give my boy a nice pizza, an Italian-style pizza. I want no acts of retribution on him. I want this to be a marinara pizza, extremely Italian-style pizza.
But anyway, you know, to me, it's just like such a weird thing.
It's such a weird thing. Because I can definitely see that you never can know where life's going to happen, and sometimes bad things happen. You're never going to know.
Her maybe looking at her life and reminiscing and saying, so she had 3 daughters, right? The job that she was working, the job that her husband, you know, my godfather was working. And they had a nice, by the way, nice house, fucking really nice house that they lived in and grew up in. I don't think that anyone would be like, oh, they didn't do good there. They lived in a really nice place. Better than here, by the way. Better than the place that I live.
Better than what you have, of course. Yeah, better than gated community, boy.
Live in today. Their house was fucking humongous.
Oh,
giant yard. They had a pool. You know, they had good stuff. You know, they did.
They had really good stuff. You work hard, Philippe. You work hard, Philippe. You could have a house like this. We have the big yard.
Well for themselves. They should be proud of what they built there with their careers and their family, because not everyone gets to provide like that for a family, and they did. They get to provide a really nice house and atmosphere.
Where are we going with
for
this?
Their family to grow up.
It sounds like they're living their life pretty well. What's going on? When did the hardships happen?
But yeah, like,
did we forget our
I look back
here?
at that and I wonder how happy she was. I don't know. You know, it's funny because you see.
Oh, it's funny. I'm doing it preemptively. I don't know why the text is up there. I'll fix it later. Oh, shit. Push the button. It's funny.
Person climbing up a hill, and basically they're there. And
oh, God, here's the fucking...
In my mind. Now, give you a little bit of background.
Let me refresh. I don't give a shit about this anymore. It's too funny, though. Big up, Pasta Maker.
Underpaid me and
shut up.
Those things are meaningful.
Oh, God.
You know, my 40th birthday and 200,000 subs. It didn't happen. But that's okay. There were still tons of
I gotta hear this. I'm going back.
and all your safety smash.
Shut up.
All of that, essentially, okay?
All that essentially.
To me, I love my life. I'm absolutely loving my life. And I say that, I can say this to all of you. All of you out there.
Pasta Maker says he never planned that move to Washington. Just happened. Just happened to him. No one, it's just a random thing that happened. His godmother never told him about that.
500 plus people watching live. The people
500 people.
People who'll be watching this on demand after. Even those people who want to make fun of me constantly. I have something I really want to tell you.
Okay, cool. We're listening.
This.
Is this from the godmother or from you? Because you brought up a godmother story for some reason. I'm not sure why yet.
Every day of my life is the best day of my life. It is. Because I've been through a lot of shit in my past that I feel was stressful, fucked up, not going anywhere. You know, I've been through bouts of depression. I've been through
bouts of depression.
Up things in my life.
Like couldn't pull the Hogan I wanted on the day I wanted. Had to spend hundreds.
Times when I felt like I was in dead end. Multiple times in my life I felt like I was in a dead end. I wasn't going.
Oh, I thought he said debt end, but he said dead end. But he also was in debt end. So
anywhere, and there was no way out. I am loved. I am happy. For the most part, I'm safe, and the reason I say that is because
sometimes trolls might shoot me someday.
No one's really safe. At any moment, things can flip on their head, and all your safety's smashed and destroyed. But as safe as I could possibly be, you know, in real life. Are there things that could be better? Yes.
Yeah.
But every day I wake up, I'm like, wow, I woke up today genuinely excited for the day. I was like, I can't wait. I get to go on stream. I get to chill.
Must have had a good pull the mic before. I'm done with this. All right. This one we're going to be on for a bit. This is the pre-stream podcast. Obviously, you can see 2021 when Nintendo Online Labs and Activision screwed their employees. So, of course, during these pre-stream podcasts, Phil has to bring his own take into this shit. So, what happens now? Well, we have to, compare that to our hardships, like when we worked at Sikorsky. So, buckle up for this one. This one is pretty hype.
What are the other things between the games that you care about? The controller? How does the controller feel? Are there features of haptic feedback and other stuff that you think benefit the game to have it on one console or the other?
Whatever.
But for me, having surround sound is a big fucking thing.
Oh yeah.
I'm a gamer. I want fucking surround sound when I'm playing first-person shooters and stuff, you know? And I don't get that on PlayStation. Anyway.
That surround sound really helps you with your spatial awareness. Your strong suit is spatial awareness, so that checks out. Here we go. Get to it.
Anyway, that being said, I'm just tossing the idea out there. Be more conscious of the stuff that you're auto-subbing to, because you may not realize it. Think about that. Between Nintendo Online, $20 a month, or excuse me, $20 a year, Sony PSN Plus, which is what, $60? Right? It all adds up.
We don't need finance advice from a bankrupt person.
Holy fuck. You're draining my fucking bank account. I don't even a public email. Okay. So that's one thing I want to talk about.
Here we go.
The other thing
finally
is not very good, but I feel like I should talk about it. I'm pretty upset about it myself, hearing about this. I'm going to see if I can find it here. Because there's actually an actual direct thing I want to read.
You couldn't prepare that before the stream, brother? Can we prepare before the stream, maybe? Hello?
Wait a minute.
Hello?
Here it is.
We'll get there someday. We'll just hang on, everybody. We got time. Hello?
So.
Oh, bite. Quick bite. He scrolled past. He scrolled past. He scrolled past the D-Lo Brown tweet.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a story about Activision Blizzard. Might as well just every time we mention Activision Blizzard, I might as well just do that. Every time we say Activision Blizzard, I'm just going to check them every day. There's no good news out of this company. He stepped down as CEO despite the fact everyone wants him out. They feel they within the company. He's the one in charge. He's the one steering the ship. It all happens under his watch. We want him out. He refuses to leave, and the board of directors are all his friends and won't throw him out.
Hogue.
Okay? So all this is going on, by the way, it's down like 45% from what it used to be.
Okay, no one cares.
Right the ship with this guy in the helm.
Stock
I don't believe it. But this one, the new, like, we haven't had enough bad news. Here's some more. There is a studio owned by Activision Blizzard called Raven Studios.
Raven.
You remember, they made many games in the past. Remember the development on games. All of these other studios were actually told, you have to just work on Call of Duty.
All right, here we go. We're getting there.
Quit whatever games you're working on. Call of Duty is our priority. You need to work exclusively on Call of Duty.
That sounds good.
Okay? So they get pulled away from making all these great games they like. Okay? Work on Call of Duty. Work on Warzone. It's all we care about. It's our money maker.
Sounds pretty good.
All right? So, in the last year, everyone at Raven Studios is exclusively working on Warzone to make it better. Okay?
Good. Get to the point, please.
Austin O'Brien,
the
associate community manager at Raven Software, puts out a post on Twitter that no one expected to see, and that everyone thinks the guy's going to get fired for doing it, but are basically giving him kudos for doing it. All right? Here's what he posted. I'm going to read it word for word. I'm gutted right now. My friends in QA, quality assurance at Raven, were promised for months.
Shut up! Okay, fast forward. I'm risking
Let me read the second half of the tweet.
I'm risking missing it. Just boring.
Fuck you. No, really.
Oh, here we go. No, really. Here we go.
Man, it's like people were born yesterday, right? And it's like, you know what? Fuck you. No, really. And I mean that sincerely to anyone who has this fucking stupid, jaded, it's all fine attitude. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're a piece of shit, and you're the reason the industry is how it is. When you see evil happening around you, and you are complacent, you are part of the systematic problem that allows it to exist. Okay? If you don't...
Man, it's so great when he tries to do these like clout chasing takes that he thinks are like mind blowing. Like he's setting the earth off his axis with these takes. But like they're so nothing, you know?
Don't call it out when you see it. If you don't fucking say it's wrong, fix it, it will never change. If you just say, man, it's part of the system, man. Well, man, you're a piece of dog shit and no one fucking cares about your opinion.
Here we go.
The world should not be this fucked.
Yep, good point. Like Mr. Wizard, sir, that you knew about. You knew he was doing bad stuff. Apparently, by the way, Remember Jaha said that Phil would not know anything about it, so let's keep that in mind. But Mr. Wizard was apparently said some shit to underage people and got in trouble for it, and he quit. He had to disassociate from the Evo tournament because of that. But Phil said he knew about it, and a lot of people knew about it and didn't do anything. He said that. Prestige is $1 million, RS Nerd. $1 million.
Okay?
Gotta have some coin sinks, guys. Gotta have some coin sinks, RS Nerd.
So why do you think corporations can get away with this? Because you let them, because you're a lazy fuck. You are a literal lazy douchebag, and no one cares about you. Shut the fuck up, okay? Activision Blizzard should not be allowed to promise the world to its employees and then fire them. Period. When you tell someone, I'm going to do this and this and this, and then you don't follow through, but that person gave you the work that they said they would give you in conjunction with what you promised, that should be a lawsuit. That should be your fuck. You promised me something. I'm suing your ass because you lied to me, and I wasted my time and my effort and my life. Okay?
Get to the
These
point.
Companies should not be fucking able to do this. It happened to me. Okay?
Fuck you. That's it. This song, by the way, is Band comes all from this, basically. It happened to me is so iconic.
Be fucking able to do this.
I gotta hear it again.
It happened to me.
Fuck you.
I worked for a major company, a helicopter company. It was called Aftermarket Support for Helicopters.
Yeah.
People would buy, or I say people, companies would own a helicopter. Okay. They're flying it around. They're using it. Things are breaking down.
Things are breaking down. Parts are breaking down.
Companies would own a helicopter. Okay. They're flying it around. They're using it. Things are breaking down. Parts are wearing out. My company.
I cannot hear this as normal anymore. I just instantly go to the song. Parts are breaking down.
Would do the logistics. Things are breaking down. Parts are wearing out.
Parts are breaking out.
My company would do the logistics. Basically, we would say, okay, we're going to find the parts you need. We're going to either get them repaired or we're going to buy you new ones. We're going to send them to you. We're a one-stop shop. Whatever you need for your helicopter, we get for you. Okay?
Yeah, I think we got to. That's a good call. You know what? I'm gonna honor that request. We have to hear the song now, right? Come on. And let's do, for some interesting visual, let's do Ludwig's version, because that's just funny. We can have a little interlude here. We're about halfway through, maybe. Maybe X. Because some people probably have not heard the song either. There has to be someone out there that hasn't heard the song, right? So let's get to it. Let's have a little fun here. Here we go, boys. Strap in. Lube up. It's time.
And you know what this reminds me of? When I worked at the
This
helicopter
is so
company,
beautiful.
Helicopter support. It 1,000,000% reminds me of that.
Who? Let's fucking go. Top tier.
I worked for a major company, a helicopter company. It's called Aftermarket Support for Helicopters. Okay? They're flying around. Things are breaking down. Parts are wearing
taken out.
We're a one-stop shop for helicopters. So I was told, we see potential for you. You're better than just working customer support. Revamp the business from ground up. You can map it out and find bottlenecks and find shortcomings and find helicopters so that our company runs more efficiently. Okay? So I busted my ass. I worked my ass off. I did double work. Never got paid for it. And you say, it's part of the process, man. It's just part of corporate America. Fuck
you. This is the best, man.
Gone forever. Gone forever. Gone forever. It happened to me. Fuck you. Why don't you listen to me? You don't know shit. It happened to me. So shut the fuck up. Why don't you listen to me? Because no one cares. Gone forever. It happened to me. Fuck you. Why don't you listen to me? You don't know shit. It happened to me. So shut the fuck up. Why don't you listen to me?
Cause no one cares. It happened to me. Fuck you. Why don't you listen to me? You don't know shit. It happened to me. So shut the fuck up. Why don't you listen to me? Cause no one cares.
All right, we'll see if that helps us not think about that, or it'll make us think about it even more as we continue with the video it comes from. But here we go.
I was supposed to be customer support.
Yep, so that he's admitting right there that he was hired for customer support, which is, I remind everyone, the exact position his father was in. This is Dave Burnell's LinkedIn, customer support manager, 2005, 2007. That is when Phil was hired.
Was only supposed to be doing line level work, talking with these people operating helicopters, okay, and getting them their parts. That was my job. After working there for 2.5 years, I was told, we see potential for you. You're better than just working customer support. So what we're going to do is we're going to put you into an exclusive training program.
Exclusive training program.
For continuous improvement. We're going to have it so that you have training so you can revamp the business from ground up. You can look at the process of everything.
Yeah, GBRC, that is correct. The new maximum slots is 10K because it's trying to not inflate the coin more than it already has been. I realize it's kind of out of whack here, but if I threaten to reset, people will riot. So what am I supposed to do? What can I do? You tell me. Back to it.
We do in our company and map it out and find bottlenecks in the process,
helicopters,
identify shortcomings, improve the system so that our company runs more efficiently. We're going to have you actually trained to do this and do it. And once you do it, we're going to promote you and have you do this exclusively. You'll get paid more money. You'll be able to go outside of just here and go to other parts of the corporation to do it. You'll be one of our experts. Okay. So you're one of our up and comers.
So you're one of the new employees that we have. Every single new employee has to take this A certification.
Identify your talent. We identify your initiative. We want.
Yeah. So August Stevenson, this is a theory I've seen too on the agriculture website that Phil might have attached his own memories to his father's actual position,
Subscribing to the channel
right?
If you're not a sub.
Because Philip Burnell did move up in the company, as we've seen from both of these. Let me show you. So Phil Burnell is just say what you will about his parenting style and how his kid turned out, but Philip Burnell was a hard-working fucking dude, right? Hard-working fucking dude. He starts as a shop technician, moves his way up, becomes continuous improvement manager, which is probably the job that Philip Burnell started with, and then becomes the manager for that. So maybe Philip Burnell is taking that track, right, as his own. Could that be? I mean, we know he takes stories from like movies and shit, so why not, right? I mean, just a theory, but let's go.
Want to reward you by giving you and putting you into this program. Okay. So I said, okay, sounds good to me. Let's do it.
Let's do it. It's like he says it like it's optional. Let's do it. A certification was not optional. Every employee had to have it, but okay.
I worked extra hours. I worked way above my pay grade. The work I was doing was people getting paid double what I get paid were doing the same work. Yeah, I was getting paid the pay of a customer service rep. Okay.
That sounds like a problem that you might want to have issue with, Karen. This is where you know this is bullshit. If a Amazon shipment is 10 minutes late, he'll call customer support. When he's working double work and getting paid line level, he's quiet as a mouse. You know, make it make sense.
I did this for 2 years. First, I went through an extensive training program where I was training for it while still doing all of my normal work at my job. I was basically doing 2 jobs. I was juggling the training and still doing all the work of the CSR at exactly the same time. Then, for a
So, doing what everyone else was doing. Okay, go ahead.
year, they took me out of my job of a CSR and had me do the continuous improvement work at the company. I revamped the entire process from start to finish. The company became way more efficient.
What now? Remember we played the video, what he did earlier? What is this entire revamp now? Now he's acting like he's revamps the entire business now. He said before he found one process that he revamped. Now it sounds like it's an entire company. Holy shit.
I revamped the entire process from start to finish.
What process, sir?
The company became way more efficient and started saving tons of money. When I was done, okay? When I was done with this, the VP,
Let me ask that. That's a good question, Anshul, is how long does it take? I know Logan from Taking L's literally has his ACE certification. So you know what? I'll send him a message right now for the research purposes. Excuse me, sir. I'll do like Phil Burnell. Excuse me, sir. How many hours does it take to get an ACE cert? Which vest is ACE cert best? Okay, I sent that to him and see if he answers. Let's go.
Vice president who was in charge of the company left the company. He was the one who promised me all of this. He left the company.
Meaning he's the guy that went to, after you do training sometimes, like the higher up will come there and says, you guys did really great, guys, okay? So you're going to have a great future. Like they come just for the end to like blow smoke up your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, that happened. When I worked at a bank, that exactly happened. You go to this little training shit to become this whatever it was, and they get this mid-level manager to come in and say, like, you know what, guys? I'm here to tell you that you guys should be proud of yourselves, and you definitely are going to have a future in this company. That kind of shit. It doesn't mean anything. It's just another thing on their schedule to hopefully make people work 1% harder at their job. That's the only reason they do it. But Phil takes it as this. Oh my God, the vice president said I'm on a fast track. Holy shit, dude. This is big, and no one else thinks this is how it works, except for, I guess, people without, like, I don't know, work history outside of a mall and a few years at Best Buy and Circuit City.
Company left the company. He was the one who promised me all of this. He left the company. They didn't know what to do with me anymore. They said, well, he can't just do customer service work anymore. We had him not do that for a year, and everyone else they replaced him. What do? They put me into a new department, and within
where do we put this asshole?
2 months laid me off. So I busted my ass.
Uh-oh.
I worked my ass off.
Uh-oh.
I did double work. For
double work.
2 years. I did work that was above my pay grade, never got paid for it. I literally got a big award.
A big award? You guys want to see the big award? I'll show it to you. Holy shit, that's huge. Oh my God. Oh my God. What wall does that fit on? What wall does that go on?
You of my pay grade, never got paid for it. I literally got a big award. You went above and beyond what needed to be done at your job. This is a compliment.
I was just joking before, but now the award got longer. The award got longer. Let's hear the title again of this award. This has a lot of fucking letters, dude. Most awards are pretty snappy. But let's hear how long this one is. Holy fuck, this is long. Here we go. What's the award again? I want to make an award for this too. Let's listen carefully on this award, okay?
Big award.
Okay, here it is. It's big, so you need a big size for this. Let's see what it says here exactly, okay? Get ready. I want to hear what this award is, because I definitely want to make this one too.
A pay grade, never got paid for it. I literally got a big award. You went above and beyond.
Okay, you went above and beyond.
What needed to be done at your
job.
Your job. This is a complimentary award.
This is a complimentary award.
And then in 2 months from getting their award, they laid me off.
Holy shit, that's a long award. That's a big title, dude. Oh man, you know what? For the behind me on the streams, of that being said, I got to get it A certified. Oh, that'd be awesome. That'd be hype. Complimentary. Yeah, that's true. They didn't pay me, so I was complimentary. By the way, Logan coming in clutch here answered the DM, and he says it takes 80 hours to get the A certified award. 80 hours. Again, this was mandatory though. You had to have it. Okay.
I literally got a big award. You went above and beyond what needed to be done at your job. This is a complimentary award. And then in 2 months from getting
This is a complimentary reward? What's the other side of that? Here, $20 and we'll give you this award.
They laid me off. Okay? So, when you are a lazy motherfucker who doesn't do that extra work, doesn't go into that position where you...
When you don't do the mandatory things you are required to do from your job, yes, like you did at Best Buy, sir, when you refused to take the, I believe it was database test? Oh, no, sorry. You failed it once and then didn't take it again. That's what we're talking about. Okay, cool.
Bust your ass to try to get ahead because you're promised the world. You were not the one that got mistreated. And you say, oh, it's part of the process, man. It's just part of corporate America. Fuck you. And I mean this sincerely. Please go fuck yourself.
Ban.
Ever speak ever again.
Gone.
You've never
forever.
been in that position. You've never been mistreated. You're a little shithead who sits on the fucking internet and acts like you know something about something. You don't know shit because you were never selected because you're not a fucking
You were never selected. You were never selected.
talented person, so you don't understand. You don't know
You
shit,
were never
'cause you-
selected again. If you take anything from this stream today, take this. The ACE certification was mandatory for employees in that area, in that field. Okay? It was mandatory.
You were never selected because you're not a fucking talented person, so you don't understand what it means to be overworked, misused, or promised the world and then screwed over because no one liked you to begin with.
It sounds pretty bad then. I don't want to be selected. If that makes you be mistreated, is that something I don't want to be? You've never been let's hear the logic here one more time. I believe let's hear the logic one more time here. This logic is tough to wrap your head around. But one more time. Let's hear this.
Because you're not a fucking talented person.
Oh, hold on.
You've never been mistreated.
Okay. Okay, so if you never worked hard and were chosen, therefore you've never been mistreated, I think is what we're saying. Hold on, one more time.
Corporate America. Fuck you. And I mean this sincerely. Please go fuck yourself. Don't ever speak ever again.
You become a mute. Okay, cool. Oh, God. All right, here we go.
You've never been in that position. You've never been mistreated. You're a little shithead who sits on the fucking internet and acts like you know something about something. You don't know shit because you were never selected because you're not a fucking talented person, so you don't understand what it means to be overworked, misused, or promised the world and then screwed over because no one liked you to begin with. No one.
So if you've ever been misused, that means you were chosen for excellence. If you've ever been misused or mistreated. So therefore, everyone out there that ever feels like they've been misused or mistreated, that means you were chosen for your excellence. Keep that in mind, okay? If you ever been overused or mistreated, that means you were chosen for your excellence.
Recognize shit within you, so it's easy for you to sit there and say, oh, it's just corporate America, man. You put yourself in that position. Now, fuck you. Don't ever speak again. No one cares about your opinion. The reason that Activision Blizzard, the reason why the company...
Why is he so angry right now? It's really weird. I think someone really struck a nerve here, and he's just salty about everything.
I worked for gets away with it is because of people like you.
Oh.
So shut the fuck up. And don't ever speak up again about it because no one cares. You're misinformed.
Like, did someone hurt him on Twitter? Like, I want to hold up like a Twitter doll and say, where did the Twitter touch you? You know, where did Elon touch you, sir? Because that's what it sounds like. He's just pissed at Twitter.
You don't know anything about it. Okay. Now, getting back to the subject. Okay.
Yeah, like, who are we mad at now?
Activision Blizzard should be sued for this. Everyone today who is getting fired or
oh god, legal side Phil here,
laid off by Activision Blizzard should be getting together and forming a class action lawsuit and suing them and saying, here's what we were told, here's what we were promised, completely lied to, completely misused, and these companies need to be taken to task for it.
Yep,
because Bobby Kotick, the reason why he's protected, the reason why he's
I think he's just mad at Rich Dude. I think Rich Dude at Activision getting money. I don't know.
Company is a piece of dog shit right now, and everyone hates him. But he is protected is because of this. Because everyone says, "Meh, oh well, that's corporate America." No, enough is enough. Really, enough is enough. If the laws are protecting these companies, we need to change the laws. Enough of having a major corporation completely misusing and hurting people. And making them ruin their life. These people moved across the country. They uprooted their lives from wherever they were living to move to this place with the promise of, oh, you're going to get a long-standing job. You're going to get pay raises. You're going to get this and that. Oh, well, we're done with the project. Fuck you. You're fired. What the fuck are you talking about? I ruined my life over this. You know? And again...
I ruined my life over this? What is he talking about?
For this. Oh, we're done with the project. Fuck you. You're fired.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about? I ruined my life over this.
How did you ruin your life over this? What? Because you bought a house?
You're going to get from wherever they were living moved across the country. They uprooted their lives from wherever they were living to.
Oh yeah, that like he has no proof of this at all. He's just saying he's 100% projecting his own situation on all those employees. Like, I don't even know what we're saying here.
Across the country, they uprooted their lives.
Well, that's what you
from
did.
wherever they were living.
Okay.
To move to this place with the promise of, oh, you're going to get a long-standing job, you're going to get pay raises, you're going to get this and that.
So yeah, he's just saying his situation, 100%.
Oh, well, we're done with the project. Fuck you, you're fired. What the fuck are you talking about? I ruined my life over this.
I ruined my life. And so if you're sticking along with my logic that he's just talking about his own life now, like 100%, he's saying now he ruined his life by going across the country, which I mean, we know is true. That's why he went bankrupt, but he's kind of admitting it in a sideways fashion, pretending to be an Activision employee. But again, you chose it doesn't fit his situation because he didn't have to move there for his job in any way. It was just his own amazing idea, you know?
And again, people are going to say, well, Phil makes it personal. Yeah, you want to know.
Yeah, oh yeah, whoever said that, you're fucking right.
Why I owned that condo in Connecticut? That's why.
Yeah.
I uprooted my life.
Uprooted? Oh, no. Oh my, what is he going to say here? There is a very dented thing he can say here, and I think he's on that track. The train is about to get dented.
I bought that condo in Connecticut to live near that job that...
It was just as far away. He was living at his parents' house just as far away. Just as far away. Remember, Dave Burnell's making the commute? He moved for 5 minutes. He moved for a 5-minute change in commute.
I uprooted my life. I bought that...
Uprooted my life. Uprooted my life. You were living with your parents and bought your own place within 5 minutes. Is uprooting your life.
Condo in Connecticut to live near that job, that helicopter job, in the promise that I was going to get good stuff. I told him I'll work extra hours.
Same zip code. If you are moving somewhere in the same zip code, you cannot use the word root in whatever complaints you have about your decision.
Live close. I'll be the guy that
on level 1.
Promise that I was going to get good stuff. I told him I'll work extra hours. I'll live close. I'll be the guy that when there's a snowstorm outside, I'll be the guy to still come to work because I only live 3 blocks away. I'll be the one to come in and run the company for you when no one else can get there. Right? I was the one. And I was the one who they fucked over.
One?
And it's the same thing with these people. And I feel for the man. You're right. I am mad. I'm real pissed when I read stories like this.
Oh, yeah.
Really.
You're real pissed. You're real pissed. You have so much pent up anger with your own life choices that you have to take it out. Whenever you have a chance to vicariously live through other people's suffering, then you break it out.
I get really angry because corporate America should not be able to chew you up and spit you the fuck out like you're a piece of fucking, $2 steak. It should be, no, you promised me something.
steak.
It's time to fucking live up to your promises. And if you don't, you have legal ramifications for not doing it.
Remember, the only thing he's talking about is that the manager said, hey, you have a good future here if you work hard. That is it. That's what the manager said. You have a bright future here. If you work hard, you can work here a long time, son. Every manager says that. Every manager in the history of the world says that. They want you to work hard. Get it?
You are fucked. I get what you promised me regardless, right?
I get what you promised me.
I got laid off from my job. Guess what I got?
What?
3 months.
Oogats. You know what I'm saying? Oogats, right?
When I got laid off from my job, guess what I got? 3 months of pay. 3 months. Within 3 months, figure out what you're going to do with the rest of your life because after that, we ain't doing shit for you.
You're lucky you got that.
Wow. Thanks. And my health insurance got canceled and everything. So if I got sick, I would have been fucked. That's how these companies...
You're lucky you got a severance package. You know how many people get fired every fucking day and don't get 3 months?
treat you. It's ridiculous.
What a
and I had enough.
What a brave boy. Maybe that's the godmother. Oh, look what they did to my son. They've laid him off, and they only gave him a 3 months severance package. Look what they did to my boy. Oh, come on, Philly. Let's go to Vinny's real quick. I'll make it all better with the mozzarella pizza. And look at all the employees. They're all authentic Italians. You know what I'm saying? That's how I like all the authentic Italians, Philly. Oh, get over here. Let me brush your hair.
No, Activision Blizzard gets no pass. No, none. Not a piece. Usually, like I say, I can see from both sides of the fence on this one. There's no two sides of the fence. There is.
There's no two sides of the fence.
Usually, like I say, I can see from both sides of the fence on this one. There's no two sides of the fence.
There's no two sides of the fence.
There is humanity, and there is
liquidity. And guess which one I want?
Scumbag, greed, corporate America fucking over the common person for personal benefit. There's no good and there's no two sides to the argument. There's in this one, which I never say this, I never say it's black and white, good and bad. In this case, there's a good and a bad. There is. And Activision Blizzard is 100% the bad. They need to be called the fuck out and have this kind of shit ended entirely. No more in corporate America, people being treated like shit. It has to end. So people need to stand up for that. First of all, these people need to get jobs. These are hard workers who need jobs right away. And the good news is in our industries today,
what needs to happen is first they need to find work.
Everything, you got social media, and when shit like this happens, typically people step up and say, listen, we're hiring. Let's get people in here, right? And usually these people don't flounder and they're able to get jobs, which is great to hear that these people are able to get jobs right away. But the perpetrator,
I couldn't do that. There was no jobs in my sector, which is, remember, customer service. Remember,
traders need to be held accountable. Not it's corporate America. It's all like that. No, fuck you. Corporate America is like that because you allow it to be.
Oh,
we're in America. It's a democracy, dude. This is not a fucking
Which means companies can kind of do what they want, and there is laws about shit. They can't mistreat people endlessly. They can't make slaves out of you, but there's rules they have to follow, and this company followed the rules. Decided they didn't want your ass.
We're not in some dictatorship. We're not in a fucking a kingdom. We're
the kingdom. Yes, we are in a kingdom. The king of hate. It's the kingdom of hate.
I mean, how everyone runs. No, it's a democracy. If we say this shit is fucking fucked up, then we change it. We change the laws to make it illegal. Enough is enough, right?
What is he? I want to know what he wants. So, like, you just get checks no matter what. Whenever every month you get a check in perpetuity. Everyone has tenure of every job. That's pretty hype. Well, no matter what the job is, you can work there the rest of your life. That's pretty hype, man. Cool.
It's time to stand up for this shit and end it.
Oh, I guess so.
Okay. Anyway, now that I've ranted and raved.
Told your story in a very sideways way.
Now that I've ranted and raved about it, yes, obviously, this is something that's personal to me because I've been through it. 10 years ago, well, now it's been 11 years ago, I personally went through this exact situation. Uprooted my life, put myself...
Uprooted my life again? Uprooted my life again?
In financial distress to make changes to my life to serve...
Financial distress. So there's admitting that buying the condo was putting himself in financial distress.
My life, put myself in financial distress to make changes to my life to serve a company. And
that he did not have to do.
The company fucked me. And I will never, ever say, that's business. No, fuck you. What a scumbag to even fucking say that shit.
Ooh.
Like, wow, you've definitely never been in that position if you said shit like that. You're a fucking little wimpy piece of shit who basically would never want to be even selected for a company for something like that, and that's why you say shit like that.
So, again, the selected. So if you were mistreated, that means you were selected for mistreatment. That sounds pretty hype, all right? If you get selected for mistreatment. So remember, if you get mistreated or overused, that means you were awesome enough to get selected for said overuse or abuse. So pretty cool, right? I mean, at least you could have that solace, that if you ever got mistreated, that means you're pretty awesome. So cool. High five on that one.
Like, wow.
Sound good?
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. That's the best metaphor there.
All right, guys.
You got Hunger Games, your tribute. I volunteer as tribute. I will uproot my life and move 5 minutes closer to Sikorsky aircraft for you, Sir Sikorsky. Are you the kid that works in your dad's department? Yes, I promise to devote myself to you, sir. I dedicate my heart to you, Sikorsky. We don't really need that, but if you work hard and stuff, like, you can work here a long time, dude. That's it. Yeah. What kind of severance package did Panda Lee get? You know what she got? She got the Gugats. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
That's really about it. And let's get the shout-outs now, shall we?
Oh, shout-outs. Thanks, God. Yep. Too bad. Good thing everyone on Earth gets these shout-outs. You know what I'm saying, Phil? That's really cool.
Am I okay?
You're not lucky at all.
Okay now? No, I'm not okay, but I got it off my chest. So, Son Robin did the first super chat of the day saying you can use timestamps and keep the stream up. Oh, I think what he's saying is if I kept the raw stream up, I could use timestamps. But why would I do that? It's still not digestible. I want to watch the
not
playthrough
digestible.
of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Oh, but I have to skip through a video that has...
Oh, okay, yeah. So you got a stupid idea? Okay,
I want to watch the playthrough of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Oh, but I have to skip through a video that has pre-stream to get to the parts of the gameplay. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I'm not doing that.
That's not how timestamps work, sir. Timestamps work when you click a button and then you can watch what you want to watch, sir. But, you know, I'm sure you know that. You've been here 15 years.
Jarl Vargoth became a channel supporter. Thank you, Jarl. We will check in a minute to see if our channel supporters are going up or down during this pre-stream.
Get help.
Anso Kamaru also re-upped their membership for 4 months. Says, thanks for the good times, bro. Have a good day. Thank you, Anso Kamaru.
Get help, Kamaru.
Play Kingdom Hearts.
All right, let's do shout-outs. All right. So now we've entered where we've heard the story, right? Now we get the little bips and bobs, the mismash content, where it little looks into the Sikorsky saga in different ways. I want to show this one because it shows that a lot of people, and well, at least I'm talking about myself here when I say a lot of people. I did the DSP thing. In my opinion, I thought that Phil bought those figurines when he was making like fuck you money on YouTube. Like, I got so much money, I don't know what to do. I'm going to start buying figurines. Well, that's not the case. Listen to this. Nice Blanca.
Hello everyone, I'm Darkside Phil, and I am profiling for you today one of my statues from my statue collection, which I...
This is when shit got so bad after he moved to Washington, he started selling shit. That's how bad it was monetarily. 13 credit cards in full effect. Need money so bad, I will finally sell figurines after shipping them across the country.
I'm looking to sell. What I like to do is walk you through exactly what it is, talk to you a little bit about it, its value, and then show you it physically.
This is his normal people might... I want to appear agreeable because I'm trying to sell something here. So he goes to that high-pitched register, like KO Gaming. Hello, everyone. This is DSP on KO Gaming, and today I want to talk about, whatever the fuck, Streets of Rage. Okay, and Streets of Rage is a beat-em-up. It's very fun. It takes a lighthearted look at the life on the streets of 3 people. That kind of, I'm trying to be nice. Please don't think negative for me from the get-go. You know, that's what he's trying to go for here.
And then I'm going to tell you how you can make an offer on buying it. If I don't, go ahead and list it publicly on somewhere like Amazon or eBay. Okay. So this is the Street Fighter Blanca Collector's Limited Edition high-quality resin statue from State of the Art Toys. This was...
It says high quality right in the title, so that means it's high quality, guys.
One that I got way back in 2010. This was before I even was doing YouTube for a living. As I had an office job back then, this was one of the first ones that I had gotten, and it sat in a bookcase, basically, nicely, you know, dusted and protected from the elements.
Nicely dusted.
At a bookcase, basically, nicely, you know, dusted and protected from the elements for several years until finally, you know, last year I moved out of my place in Connecticut. It was stored up and it's been sitting in storage. So just to give you some details on this, when it first went on sale, it retailed for around $85 to $90.
Okay, $85 to $95.
It is a limited edition of 500 pieces. In fact, as you take a look on the top here,
it would be great, guys. Our goal is 100 likes on the stream. We're at 90. Come on, we get 10 more likes, please.
Please.
And this is number 151 of 500 total pieces that were ever created. Just to show you as I spin this around here, the condition, the box is in fine condition. All right, the bottom, everything here is fine. What I'll do is I'll physically show it to you, then I'll tell you a little bit about what
I'll physically show it to you.
It goes for today, and then I'll tell you how you can make an
How else you gonna show it to us? Virtually?
Offer on it if you're interested, all right?
Okay.
So there you go. Fully in styrofoam, pre-packed. It's not like you need special packaging or anything to store this guy.
Pre-packed.
I actually purchased this guy back, you know.
Oh, Leanna hand. Shout out to Leanna.
Fighter 4 had only been out for about a year, and Blanca was one of the characters I was maining in that game as one of my main characters for quite a while. So, let's go ahead and open this up here.
So he bought it because the power level. He was maining Blanca.
Yes. All right, there he goes. Backing this off.
Yeah, Leanna secretly has a gun to his back right now. Because she realizes their finances are so fucked. She's like, you're selling this shit, bitch. I don't give a fuck.
Show ya. He's a little under a foot tall, in fact.
A little under a foot tall.
This is so dumb. I can't remember why. I know he says something about getting this before he worked at Sikorsky. I know that's why it's here, but I'm waiting for it. It's just fun anyway, so I don't care.
Actually.
We got the tape register. Just use the Best Buy. Just use the Best Buy receipt, dude. What we got to bring a tape measure into this?
Exactly. Actually, about 13 inches. 13 inches there.
13 inches. Oh, similar to me.
I guess if you're centimeters, probably about 34 centimeters tall.
What's pi?
Width of roughly about, I'd say probably about 8 inches.
He's doing the width. Why do we need the width?
To 9 inches or 20 centimeters. Okay. Full color, as you can see, fully painted.
Full color. Oh, thank God.
No damage whatsoever on this guy. Like I said, he just sat in my bush
Slightly oily.
shelf. No dirt, nothing. Perfectly in pristine
Nothing. No dirt, nothing.
condition. Okay.
Leanna is now entered the Sahara Desert. You know what I'm talking about. Sorry, ladies, but I'm just being open and honest with you. Leanna could not be less aroused right now.
And so I said,
there's some slight nut on it. That was a hell of a pre-stream. I apologize.
some research online, and it looks like I can only find one person in the entire world selling this right now.
Oh God, it's
they're
just
from
one of one.
Europe. And they're selling it for about 179 euros, which converts to roughly 200 US dollars. Of course, they're in Europe. So if you were in America or, North America, United States in particular, where I live, Washington State, and you wanted to buy it from him, you're going to pay a crap ton of shipping.
Oh, get fucked, guy in Europe.
So I would say if you are in the market for something cool like this, and you like Street Fighter, and Blanca's one of your favorite characters.
I'm in the market for something cool, definitely.
I'll zoom in on him here for you. This might be your opportunity to get something pretty neat and not too expensive. All right, so
how much are you selling it for?
How can you make an offer if you're interested seriously?
Yeah.
Email me at darksydephil@hotmail.com.
Okay, I can do that.
Darksydephil spelled with a Y, by the way. DIRKSYDE.
Okay, thank you.
PHIL at hotmail.com.
See, he's definitely thinking he's talking to non-DSP fans here. That's why we have the high-pitched voice and the explaining everything.
Title your subject line.
Yeah, what should I title my subject line?
Statue offer Blanca. Okay.
Got it.
Give me a little information about yourself, your name.
5'10", male, single. I main DJ, but I'm in the market for a Blanca for some reason. What are we supposed to put? What are we supposed to tell you? I love long walks on the beach.
Statue HIL at hotmail.com. Title your subject line.
Hey, 100. Appreciate it. Let's see if this is a good one or not. I hope it's good, but we'll see.
Statue offer Blanca. Okay. Give me a little information about yourself, your name.
What else do we want to see?
It wasn't a very good one. It kind of sucked. I'm not going to lie.
What are your thoughts on this? How you don't place?
Where you live in the world, because that's very important. I'm going to say this up front, and I'm going to say this in every video that I do for these statues that I'm selling. I live in the United States of America. If you live outside of the United States and you're looking to possibly purchase one of these, I'm going to tell you, probably you want to think again. Recently, I just shipped a few things out of the United States that were nowhere near as big nor as heavy as this figurine, and they cost
basically, Phil doesn't want to do a lot of work, so if you could just not order if you don't live in America, thanks.
Cost me anywhere from $50 to $100 to ship.
Holy shit.
So
dude.
you're talking a ton of shipping costs for something that's probably not worth it for you, all right? But if you're domestic, or if you live in Canada or Mexico or somewhere nearby to the United States,
if you're domestic,
it's probably going to be
domestic or Canada, Mexico.
a great opportunity. The way I'm doing this is I'm waiting to see if people are seriously interested. Based off of that, I'll wait probably a few days after I post this video and see what I hear. If I hear a few offers, all right, again, you know, it's worth roughly, supposedly around $200. I will entertain offers. You don't have to offer up that much. Like I said, I paid about $100 for it when it came down to shipping plus what I originally paid. Keep in mind, though, you know, it has accumulated value since then.
Accumulated value. It's like a house, dude. This is real estate. Accumulated value, motherfucker. That is a store of value that accumulates value. Come on.
So let me know. Let me know what you're willing to offer. If after, let's say, a few days to a week, I don't have enough offers, I will go ahead and...
I don't have enough offers? Okay, how many offers do you need?
Post this up publicly on Amazon or eBay. And I'll probably link this video to it so that people have the opportunity to see it in person before they decide to make a bid or
I want to see it in person. Yeah, this is definitely seeing it in person.
an offer on it, okay?
I love seeing this in person. It's awesome. Also, you're physically showing it to me, so I really appreciate that.
So that's it. The Blanco Collector's Edition, high-quality resin statue from state-of-the-art toys, pristine condition, no flaws, going up for sale. Send your offers, and thanks very much for your time. I'm Darkside Phil. See you later.
Okay, so the whole point of that video, by the way, was very funny, but the point of that was to show, he said it at some point in there, oh, Wolverine flying right by, big ups, that he already was buying figurines before he was making any money on YouTube. He was a figure buyer before he started getting money on YouTube. You know, he always likes to say, like, I was spending all these figurines because I had too much money. He was already buying figures before he had his money on YouTube. So just, it's funny. Oh, God, why'd I put this here? Now we got to watch it, right? Oh, no, he says something similar, but, I mean, we're going pretty good on time here. So, actually, we're not. Fuck. All right, I'm going to do just a point here.
You know, 2008 making videos on YouTube, I never imagined I would make any money doing it. And then come, say, 2010... as I was doing this as kind of a part-time thing, I still wasn't making any money doing it, but I was making decent money in my office job.
So he's making decent money. Remember that? He's making decent money on his office job.
Like something to, you know, decorate my new condo. And this one was one of the more smaller, reasonably priced statues that I bought.
Of course, it was smaller and reasonably priced, guys.
And as we're going to see, because I'm about to show...
Oh, BMW maintenance. This is a reminder to change your order. Thank you. Could you please call me to set up the appointment, please? You do that, right?
Show it to you. And it was, I believe, at that time I spent between $200 and $300 on it.
$200 and $300. I mean, that's cool, but what I'm bringing this up for is that this is Sikorsky. This is Sikorsky money. Is that he definitely spent some real money on figurines well before he was getting that YouTube money. But anyways, it's enough figurines. I mean, we could do a figurine episode one day. That'd be funny, but $200 to $300. All right. There'll be a figures video, don't worry. All right, next video is 2015 Sikorsky Talk.
My YouTube channel, The King of Hate HD, is apparently gone, meaning no one can see the videos on it.
Uh-oh.
Not that the channel is defunct. Tomorrow, for those of you who don't know. And there's two big critical things that have happened that I need to talk about. Number one, my old YouTube channel, The King of Hate HD, is gone.
Uh-oh.
That is right. My YouTube channel, The King of Hate HD, is apparently gone, meaning no one can see the videos on it. Not that the channel is defunct, but apparently no one can watch any videos on that channel. And you might say, well, why? I don't understand what happened. Well, here's what happened.
You might say, just get to it.
I was part of the Google AdSense program with that channel back in 2009 and 2010. Okay, I had ads on those videos. This is my old vlogging channel, where I did like trip vlogs and stuff like that. Okay.
Trip vlogs.
And I had ads on the videos. That was before I ever had any ads on my gameplay videos, because you couldn't do it back then, back in 2010. You just couldn't put ads on gameplay, okay? Yeah. Before that, I was making a little bit of side money on the King of Hate HD channel. It wasn't a lot of money. It was maybe, $100 a month or something like that. It was like little pittance.
Couple $100, little pittance
that I was making off of it. Then at the end of 2010, I got laid off from my office job, okay? And started doing all these new efforts. I was continuing to play all the new games for free because I couldn't put ads on those videos. But
I was playing the new games for free. For free.
I was doing these new vlogging series, and all of a sudden my viewership and everything insanely exploded on the King of Hate HD. Basically, the channel became incredibly popular because I became like the underdog gamer of the internet.
Ah, yeah, this is why I put this in. So after he laid off, listen, this is how he explains why he got popular. Listen very carefully here.
HD. Basically, the channel became incredibly popular because I became like the underdog gamer of the internet.
Underdog gamer of the internet. Underdog gamer of the internet is what he became. Sound good?
It was like, how dare they lay off Phil?
Oh my God.
This guy is a fun guy who's been doing videos since 2008 as a hobby, and now he has no job.
This guy's a fun guy. Oh, the only fun guy I see are the mushrooms growing out of the incident stain.
He's a fun guy who's been doing videos since 2008. How dare they lay off Phil? This guy is a fun guy who's been doing videos since 2008 as a hobby, and now he has no job. Let's support him. So everyone ran over to the King of Hate vlogs.
Everyone ran over. It was like a stampede. You've heard of Black Friday? Well, this was Fun Guy Friday, and everyone ran to the King of Hate HD. Oh, can you imagine that day? Everyone ran.
And watched my videos, okay? And when they did that, apparently YouTube thought that, well, this is not possible, that this could possibly be happening, that this many people would be watching Phil's content and engaging and clicking on the ads and doing all this stuff and making him money. And within 2 months, they kicked me out of the AdSense program.
I wonder why that happened. I wonder why.
To which I said, well, that's fine. You could do that, but then I'm not going to fucking bother with this shit anymore. I'm going to find another way to do everything. And
oh, yeah. Was it a negotiation? You know what? Well, I don't even care. So, whatever, YouTube. Okay, you can do that. Go ahead. It wasn't a negotiation, sir. They said, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Okay, well, I mean, that's fine. You can do that. I mean, whatever. Okay.
And you could do that, but then I'm not going to fucking bother with this shit anymore. I'm going to find another way to do everything.
Okay.
I did. Eventually, I got partnered with Machinima. I was able to monetize my gameplay videos, and the rest is history. All right.
The rest is history.
But
no
since then, I stopped using the King of...
No mention of clicking on the ads or anything. You notice that? That's why I put that in there. There's no mention of clicking on the ads. Just all of a sudden, people rushed over there to see this fun guy and his amazing playthroughs. He was the underdog of the internet after he got fired from Sikorsky, guys. Sound good? Here we go. Special Thanksgiving message from DSP. A little bit, it would have been better last week. But, oh yeah, no mention of Blip either. Of course not.
Because my life would have been...
Why let the truth get in the way of a good story, right? Come on.
Comes to this, I really have to be a cup half full person, you know, because my life would have been so different if I had never tried out YouTube. Think about it. I probably would have a dead-end office job back in Connecticut that, again, is uncertain, right? It's funny because I had that office job for 5 years, never thinking. I was busting my ass working at this job, really going above and beyond what was required of me to keep the job. And just losing it overnight out of nowhere. And it really blindsided me, and I could still be in that situation, and now I'm not. And even though what I'm in now is still risky, at least I am my own person. I am my own boss. I
am my own person.
I get to make my own schedule. I get to do what I want to do.
I get to drink a lot of gin. I get to pull for Hogan's. I get to eat off paper plates. I get to DoorDash every day. It's great.
Just this week, I get to, on the fly, decide, do I want to play this or this? And play.
No, you don't do that on the fly. Well, this is 2015. I think he was doing on the fly then. But 8 years later, you don't do that. I can snort all day. I can get up and pick my ear all day. Pick my chin, my goatee. Everything's on the table. It's great.
Play what I want to play and control my destiny. And that is such an awesome feeling. Anyone out there, if your goal ultimately should be, if you're going to own your own business or be your own boss,
every day,
to be the master of your own destiny ultimately. And that's really what I'm really thankful for.
Master of his own destiny.
And today, in particular, in this video, I also want to call out something that I almost never mention. You know, it's easy to say thank you to the viewers and thank you to those who are socially active and post up on Twitter, and thank you to those who are in the stream chat and are moderators and everything like that. Today I'm going to do something special. Today I want to say thank you to the silent majority. And you might say, what does that mean? The majority of people who watch...
yeah, the people that aren't there and don't say anything.
Watch my videos. The majority of people who daily are watching my gameplay, my vlogs, my videos, are not the loudest people. They don't post up comments on every video. They don't.
Okay, we don't need to hear this. I want to see the comments a little bit.
Thank you, Phil, for being yourself. Thank you, Phil, for entertaining me for 5 years. I'll always be a fan. DSP positive is the way.
Get help. Get help, everybody. Anything interesting? Nah. Nah. All right, let's go. Next one. We're going to 2015 again.
I was doing my own thing, and back then I did YouTube, as a hobby. It was I would have a 9-to-5 office job, which really was more of like a 7 to 7 office job, quite honestly. And I would get home and I'd be all stressed out from work or whatever.
Crack open the vodka. Get a 5x5 pizza deal from Domino's. Get out the Diet Coke.
And I would put a camera in front of my television. And I would point it there and press record, long before I ever did direct capture. And I would, for a couple hours, and I would record whatever game was the newer game for that week, and I would upload it to YouTube. And surprisingly enough, it got lots of popularity back then. One of the very few people who was doing these kind of raw, unedited playthroughs for YouTube, and people really liked that with the improv commentary that I did. And at this time, because I was, getting pretty popular for doing this, people spammed the hell out of me when this game Just Cause 2 was released. They were like, Phil, play Just Cause 2. Are you playing Just Cause 2? Why aren't you playing Just Cause 2? Did you hear about Just Cause 2? Did you see Just Cause 2? Do you like Just Cause 2? Just Cause 2, Just Cause 2, Just Cause 2. To the point where I got so, overwhelmed with these messages that I remember one of my vlogs, it might have been Ask the King, it might have been something else. I was like, my God, okay, I get it. People are now asking me to play Just Cause 2, but it wasn't a game that I had really even heard too much about or been interested in at the time. And I was busy with other stuff, and I always told everyone that I would consider playing it if I had time to do it. But unfortunately, that year, things kind of went in another direction, and I got busy playing other games and other stuff. And again, that was back when I was only playing maybe 1 or 2 hours of gameplay a day, period. Okay. And so now fast forward to earlier this year, in the summer. The summer of this year, 2015.
Fuck this. Can't remember why I put that in, but anyways, it was not important. Let's go. Next, we're going to go, Office Simulator. Hype. Job Simulator.
What am I doing? Email. By JavaBot. Amazing.
Yeah, see, this is a good example. How to focus on your job and ignore everything else. Phil would, read that and be like, okay, they want me to focus on everything and ignore everything else. Okay, that's what I got to do. He doesn't take corporate speak at all.
Everything else by JavaBot.
Forget your useless present, improve your future. He'd be like, oh, okay, so just forget about the present. I got to improve my future. Got it.
Amazing. Yeah, I want this to work, but I can't just grab one ball. Oh, there we go. I got it to work. Nice.
Oh, man.
Okay. What am I doing?
There's a reason for this. Email.
Nice. It's about how many mails I used to get when I had an office job. That's about right.
All right, so that's about as many jobs as Phil got when he was an office job. Sound good?
All right, delete them all.
The freedom of inbox 0.
Oh, they got rid of the tray now. Okay, what's next? What's this? Oh, look, shake me.
8-ball. Big ups.
One of those magic 8-balls. After again. You're fired. Okay. Flappy Bot. Flap, fly, don't die.
Okay, that's interesting. It could be something interesting there, but we're not watching all that. We can skip through. All right, so we got a lot of emails. That was the point of that one, not the biggest thing. Office job versus self-employment.
She sucks his dick.
Big up Christian C. Says, oh boy, ALT, I don't know how you handle this torture each week, but I appreciate your service. What keeps you motivated making this content? Well, good question, Christian. I get this question all the time in the email box. But really, it's fun for me is to see this, it's fun to find new shit that no one never knew that just proves what we already know even stronger. And be honest, before I made any kind of videos, I was already looking at shit. So it's kind of just fun to find. It does feel like the new discovery. I know it sounds very dumb, but when you discover new shit, it's fun. we're all lucky we could find interest in something so mundane as this, but I like to go deep into the rabbit hole, as like some Rice says, deep into the panda hole, you might say, and find new things that we didn't know before. It's just interesting.
Then I lost
office job versus self-employment. Get hype.
My full-time office job. The job. I made YouTube videos as a hobby from 2008 till late 2010 and never made a dime doing it. It was just my hobby. I liked playing games and filming them and putting them on the internet and doing some vlogging here and there. I just thought it was fun to do. It was something interesting to do. Then I lost my full-time office job.
How'd that happen?
In late 2010. I was laid off and I needed to find something quick to start making money because I had a condo, I had a car, I had all these payments and everything. And I was like, how am I going to keep my stuff? It's all going to get, I'm going to go into financial ruin here if I don't find a way to make money. So then I found a way to monetize my videos, and the rest is history. So I've been in both parts. I've had the 9-to-5 office job, and I've had the run at being my own boss. All right.
So what's better? What do you think?
The 9-to-5 office job has its advantages. For example, you work 9 to 5. Now, yes, sometimes if it's a salary job, you're required to come in early and work late. And if you get a special task or whatever, you're required to. But in general, you have set hours and you actually have time away. Versus if you're your own boss, you own your own business, there is no time away. There's just not. The time away you take is $1 you didn't earn. And so really what you're doing is...
This is where you learn the A certification.
That something, you're going to make less money or something could go wrong if you take time away from having your own kind of business. Even if I didn't do YouTube, if I had my own restaurant or whatever, it would be the same thing. I'd always have work tied up in a restaurant or whatever. I'd always constantly have to be thinking about that, right? So in that regard, that's one positive about actually having the office job is you're actually you're able to have a work-life balance. You're able to walk away at certain times during the week to have time to yourself or time for your family versus when you own your own business. Basically, your life is your business, right? Now, yes, you can still have family and everything, but it's
but you
really
just ignore them.
to find
when you have, you can have family and shit, but just ignore them. That's what I do.
balance between all that stuff. Really,
who gives a fuck about them? Just use them for pity. That's what I do.
yes. Another thing about having a 9-to-5 office job, healthcare. Typically, most major corporations in the United States will provide you with some kind of bundled in healthcare. Yes, you pay for it, but typically it's less expensive than if you went out there and got healthcare for yourself. I know personally, when I used to have healthcare through my employer, it was way cheaper than now that I have to go out for myself and get individualized healthcare because I'm self-employed.
Individualized healthcare? That's not the right word, is it? But okay.
And typically the healthcare is a lot better because they're able to negotiate and bargain with these big insurance companies to get better plans for their employees. While me, I'm just reliant on whatever those insurance companies offer, right? And since Obamacare came into effect, now I'm basically just relying on whatever Obamacare mandated that these companies offer. So healthcare is a huge, big one, all right? It is. Also, having a 9-to-5 office job, one of the big benefits is retirement. A lot of them will set you up with a 401k.
This is kind of boring. Let's get to what's better about being your own boss.
Match the money that you've actually put into the plan.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, sorry. Retirement plan. I didn't want to hear this, actually.
We'll set you up with a 401k.
You had that.
Otherwise, another kind of a retirement plan where you can funnel a little bit of money into it.
What happened with yours?
Match the money that you've actually put into the plan.
Take a sip.
Guess what? Self-employment.
What happened?
There's no money. I have no retirement fund. Zero. Because I have no money. So, nothing right now. I have nothing for retirement. I have to keep working constantly.
Is that a flex?
For for as far as
yeah, he cashed it out. He cashed out his own thing when he moved, I believe.
It goes, and honestly, it sucks because if I had a 9-to-5 job and I knew I was on a career path, for example, where I had maybe opportunity for promotion.
He did have one, but he cashed it out. He said the three options were move it to a bank, move it to a bank, kind of an account at a bank, move it to it, save it for your next employer to change, or cash it out. And he said the best choice was just to cash it out.
Or
even though he had to pay massive fees, and he knew that.
No, maybe if I was just settled into my job and people liked what I did and I was valued as an employee, I could set goals and say, I can do this at this stage of my life and this at this stage of my life. I haven't been able to do that doing this because I never know tomorrow what's going to happen with my income. My income could fluctuate tomorrow. My income, you know what I mean?
When you have such a high floor, though, to your income, you could save.
So that's really what's happened with me is I had goals and plans and most of them never came to fruition.
Because of your own choices.
Because something would happen. YouTube ad revenue.
You moved across the country.
Revenue would plummet.
You found WB champions.
Oh my God, false copyright strike.
You leased 2 BMWs.
You know what I mean? All this shit.
You bought 14,000 figures of hot girls.
And it always would affect me and put me in kind of a
Oh, and also Blanca.
state of just maintaining.
Uh-huh. Yep. Nothing else.
So, yeah.
It's all outside factors, you know?
It sucks in that regard. Now,
It does suck in that regard.
let's talk about the flip side. What's good about being your own boss versus the 9-to-5 job? Well,
3 letters. GIN.
number one, I've been able to do something that I love. I
Pull Hogan's every night.
didn't love my old office job that I had. I didn't. I mean, I liked it somewhat. Really what I liked is when I got respect and when I got trusted by my management to do a good job. That's what I liked, the
He just liked the respect.
responsibility and the accomplishment of doing something good. But let's be honest, I worked for a helicopter company. Do you think I really cared about
People's safety and stuff.
the oil rig company who purchased the helicopter and was flying it to get oil back? I don't care about that shit. With what I do now, I'm involved in every step of the process. Purchasing the games, playing the game.
I'm in charge of procuring the games, quality control of the games, banning people, begging. I control it all here.
Sharing those experiences live with you, interacting with you guys, reviewing the games on the tail end, and I get to see the direct results of satisfaction of my work because I get to see you guys every day, right?
Yeah.
I love video games. This is cool. It's my hobby, it's my job. I'm kind of, in a lot of ways, I would say I'm living the dream, although financially I'm not doing great, but I am living the dream in the fact
I am living the dream. Don't forget, I still need your money, though.
that I still enjoy what I do every day on a daily basis.
Banning people, that's the HR department. Yeah, you're right. Banning is HR. What are the other departments? Credit cards are the accounting department.
Thank God, because imagine if I was self-employed and I was doing something like, let's say I opened a restaurant and I really didn't like it, but that's what I was tied in forever. I wasn't able to get out of it. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
So, yeah, that's the cool thing is, you know, I love what I do, and I basically, I get to basically live the dream versus in a 9-to-5 job. A lot of people who work those jobs just do it as a work. That's what they see it. That's my work. That's separate from fun and from life. For me, I have fun when I work, and that's awesome that I have fun.
It doesn't look like it, brother.
While I'm actually working. That's a pretty cool thing.
Right.
In addition, being my own boss, I get to make the decisions, right?
I can't get fired. That's the best part. I can't get fired. Well, actually, you kind of can because you got fired from Twitch and stuff. So you still get fired, man. Even though you are your own boss, that's a pretty good feat.
All the decisions about me of this are ultimately mine. What games I'm going to play, what time I'm going to stream, if I'm going to do more streaming or YouTube focus, am I going to do game reviews, am I going to do edited content, what am I going to focus on? All this is me. I make the decisions, right? Now, there are limitations of what YouTube and Twitch will allow and also my financial constraints of what I can afford. But ultimately, I am the end-all, be-all boss of my existence on the internet versus 9-to-5 job. You always got a boss. You always got company edicts. You got to do this. You got to do that. We've
company edicts
done by then, and too bad. If
so deadlines, you mean?
you don't feel good today, you got to bust your ass to do it, you know.
Pretty typical business kind of stuff, huh?
That's kind of how it is, you know, when you have that 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
So the thing is,
they make you do stuff. That's the part I don't like.
there's pros and cons. I liked having my 9-to-5 job until that last 6 months of it, when basically the whole company fell apart and everyone was getting laid off and they were restructuring. They didn't know what to do with
I thought you said, hold on, wait a second. You said you were blindsided by it. Now we're hearing there was 6 months of warning time? This is new to me.
people, and they laid off a bunch of people, and I was one of them.
Oh, let me hear that again.
You know what to do with the whole company fell apart, and everyone was a 5 job until that last 6 months of it.
Oh, so we had 6 months of knowing I might get laid off then, huh?
When basically the whole company fell apart.
He said blindsided before. Now with 6 months of warning?
And everyone was getting laid off, and they were restructuring. They didn't know what to do with half the people, and they laid off a bunch of people, and I was one of them. Yeah. Basically, you know, that's the situation where that is the risk you take when you work for a corporation and you're not the boss. Is at any time they could stop treating you like a human and start treating you like an.
So remember when he said in that video, I had 3 months to find my next job? Now it sounds like it's more like 9 months, doesn't it? Because you have 6 months of knowing shit's going down. You could look for something else during that time, but oh no, we have to wait till the 3 months and then say, uh-oh. I don't know what I'm going to do. Everything's fucked for 6 months.
an asset and say, you're released. And that's what happened to me. Here, I'm, at any time, sure, I could stop doing what I'm doing. But again, I'm my own boss. So I don't have to worry about, oh, Phil got laid off. You know what I mean? From streaming in YouTube or anything like that.
Oh, well, that's a godsend for you, right?
Okay. All right. Well, I think that's a good opportunity to take a break.
That is a good opportunity.
Let's
take a break. Go, next.
Here's why. And shout out to the GOAT Lucas, who did a 50-bit cheer and asked the following. He said, Phil, do you think that if you hadn't gotten laid off from your job, would you still be there now? Or do you think you would eventually still find your way onto Twitch full time? Either way, sir, I salute you for always getting back on your feet. All right.
Salute you, buddy.
So this is a huge hypothetical, and here's why. What Lucas is asking, he's saying, if I hadn't gotten laid off from my office job in 2010, would I still be there now? The answer, quite frankly, is no. Because guess what, folks? That company that I used to work for is gone. They were sold off. They were owned by Sikorsky Aircraft. Sikorsky Aircraft was a helicopter company owned by United Technologies, and United Technologies sold off Sikorsky Aircraft when it stopped being profitable.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't even exist anymore. There was no way at all that if I even stayed at that office job in Connecticut, that today I could have still been at it. So that's what's funny is, some people like say, I see Phil got laid off 10 years ago. Not even 8 years ago now, it was 2010. Phil got laid off 8 years ago because he was a terrible worker. No, the whole company doesn't exist anymore. So even if I was the best
it's not gone. It was bought by another company.
Worker at the company, I still wouldn't work for them anymore because they basically technically went out of business. All right,
they went out of business.
Sold off, split apart.
They got sold off, split apart. Okay, so let's just see how this company that is gone. Let's see Sikorsky. All right, well, company's gone. Company is totally gone, dude. Company's gone. Where are they? They don't do anything, dude. November 24th, 2023, Sikorsky delivers first S-70 Black Hawk helicopters to Romania. They don't do anything, dude. The company's totally gone now, too, by the way. We're engineering for the better... view all career areas. I definitely want to do this. Do you have anything in customer support? My dad does not work there, though, unfortunately. I don't think I'm able to make it. Big ups real quick to Logan, okay? So Logan has sent flashcards for ACE certification. So let's get a little look at it. Big ups, Logan. So what are the 5 whys analysis? Anyone know? What are the 5 whys analysis? Asking why a problem occurred as many times as needed to get beyond the symptoms of a problem to uncover the root cause. This is typically more than one root cause. There's typically... Oh, man, this is high-level shit, dude. This would take you years to master. ACE, what is that? UTC's proprietary operating system used to ensure world-class quality products. ACE is built on 3 elements. This is so normal shit that everyone has to know at any job. What's an action plan? Detailed listing of activities that are required to achieve the desired objectives. Oh my God, man. Guys, if you don't have a high enough IQ, you might not be understanding what's going on here. So just keep that in mind. This might be flying over a lot of your guys' heads. That's because you're not geniuses. Okay? So just keep that in mind. You might not be understanding this. That's probably because you're too stupid. So I'm sorry about that, guys. You have to be exceptional to understand this stuff. Active daily use. That might be a big word to a lot of you. Let's check it out. Demonstration that use of ACE tools is part of the everyday running of your business. Okay? So that's pretty cool. That's a tough one. That will be on the test. Let's check benchmarking. Benchmarking is, I know it's a new word for a lot of people. You probably don't know what this is, so I'm just going to show it anyway, just for fun. A continuous focused process of measuring and comparing our product services against industry leaders to assist the corporation in becoming world-class. So, benchmarking you could find in the dictionary, probably. This is even lower than I expected. Best in class? Best in class means services are recognized to be among the best. Best in class? That they have to explain best in class? This is worse than I expected. Oh, come on. I don't want to sign in anymore. Give me those crash cards again. Holy shit, man. This is unbelievable. This is way worse than I thought. Yeah, this is basically Chief Big Boat, is what you said. Just learning the ways the company uses these words. Like, benchmarking is like a word everyone understands, but like, come on. What's an action plan? List of things we're going to do to accomplish goal. Holy shit. Here's a link to the flashcards. Please, I'm going to link that on Twitter too. Big ups, Logan, for that. That adds a lot of context. And my favorite kind of context, the kinds that prove his lies incorrect. That's amazing. I'm writing on Twitter. I'll do it like DSP, so it's not wasting your time. Hold on, let me post up. Ever wanted to get a look at what it takes to be an ACE certified human style person? Wonder no more. Warning. You have to be a genius to understand any of the terms included. Okay, so that gets to Bart. And which vest is Twitter best? Okay, there we go. Read it out. All right, let's get back to it. I do kind of want to finish by not too much after 2 because I got to do that. Palter, that's on purpose, Palter. Come on.
You know, dissected. So there, even if I never...
Right, we're past this one. Fuck this.
When I got this office job at this helicopter company that my dad was already working at, it was kind of like, oh, pat on the back. My son is working with me at this company.
Whoa. Hold on. Dave lore.
Yeah, it was office job.
Oh, shit. 6-star, bronze star Hogan with the prestige. Very close, random poster. Very close. That's as close as we ever gotten to the extreme Hogan right there. We're looking for the 6 Gout Star Crystal Foil Hogan. But that is the highest card that's ever been on this stream right there.
At this helicopter. So, finally, when I got this office job at this helicopter company that my dad was already working at, it was kind of like, oh, pat on the back. My son is working with me at this company. You know what I mean? And it was good because, you know, at the time...
My dad is working at the company with me, pat on the back? It doesn't sound like a very natural father-son relationship right there, does it?
The company was doing great. The company was like burgeoning with business.
Burgeoning.
And
I love when he uses burgeoning. I've learned it is a word, though. Burgeoning.
Boom for the helicopter industry at that time when I started working for them about 12 years ago. And then, sadly, we had the banks crash. And when the banks crashed in the United States,
the banks crashed.
There was no more capital to go around anywhere.
No more capital,
and
dude.
People who usually had money to spend on a frivolous thing like a helicopter didn't have it anymore.
I thought you did it for businesses, though.
And so the entire division crashed, and they ended up doing layoffs or whatever. So really, I got laid off, and luckily, I had YouTube as a backup hobby.
Wow, that's a much different story than he tells later, isn't it? I mean, that sounds like he got a job, worked that said job, then was laid off. All that rigmarole about being passed around to all these different areas and stuff, that's all gone. And by the way, Sikorsky didn't shut down at all. Sikorsky was sold and is still alive. But wow, that's a very different telling there. He didn't feel like going through the lie this time, I guess.
We had the banks crash, and people who... And so the entire division crashed, and they ended up doing layoffs or whatever.
Okay, the entire division crashed, they did layoffs.
Really, I got laid off, and luckily, I had YouTube as a backup hobby. It was something to fall back on, because if I didn't have it, I would have had no job at all. Okay? So, you know, yeah, admittedly, starting to do video games for a living, you know, and doing YouTube videos for a living, I know for a fact my dad and mom were like, oh, God, you know, how's this going to work? But
oh, God.
Once they started to see how much money I was starting to make, right? Because keep in mind, when I first started doing this full time around 2011, I was virally popular on YouTube. I was the ultimate underdog. I was the guy who for 2 years
ultimate underdog. Here we go.
Where I never made a penny doing it. It was just a hobby. And now that I lost this office job and YouTube had bullied me around with false copyright strikes and all this shit, people had my back. They were like, man, here he is. He really is the ultimate underdog. Let's make this guy
holy
who's just
shit.
a regular guy who plays games and has funny commentary. Let's make this guy, you know, big.
let's make this guy big. Like it was a concerted effort from everyone on YouTube. Let's make this guy big, dude. Let's all do it.
Plays games and has funny comments.
Quick, get together. Let's make Phil big. Come on, let's make Phil big. Come on, guys.
Terry, let's make this guy,
Amazing.
big. And they did,
Sorry about
man.
that.
Every playthrough that I played, people would watch virally. We're talking anywhere from 50,000
People would watch virally. I love watching videos virally.
to 100,000 views on part 1 of any playthrough that I play for a good year. That was pretty nuts, man.
Hope you guys punished a lot.
And like I said, that first year that I did it on YouTube, I made a ridiculous amount of money. And then my parents were like, oh, shit. Once the bottom line is, and this is the truth, a lot of parents don't care about what their kids do. Some don't. Some is just about, can they provide? Are they doing something where they're making money and they can, is it something to pay the bills where they can reliably have income? And that's all they really care about. And, I don't think my parents really cared that I was making videos for the internet, as long as it was something that was able to be, a supportive thing. I could pay my mortgage, I could pay my bills. I wasn't going into crazy financial debt doing something that was silly or stupid,
What? What? Huh?
Silly. I could pay my mortgage, I could pay my bills. I wasn't going into crazy financial debt doing something that was silly.
$500,000 is kind of crazy financial debt doing something silly, isn't it?
Or pay my mortgage, I could pay my bills. I wasn't going into crazy financial debt doing something that was silly or stupid.
Thank God it wasn't. Thank God he doesn't do anything silly or stupid. Am I right?
So yeah, I think that really, ultimately, my parents they never really understood what I did. I don't think they ever watched a gameplay video of mine or anything like that. They don't like video games, so if they were to watch that stuff, they wouldn't even know what's going on.
Oh, sorry.
Being quite honest with you guys.
Okay,
but I think now they obviously respect it a lot more, especially now I've been doing this for 10 years. I've been doing it for a living for 8. I think they understand that it is a lot more serious. And let's be honest, it's actually been more stable with all its ups and downs and all the issues I've had with YouTube ad revenue plummeting and me having to go from different streaming services and false copyright strikes. Still, when you think about it, I've done this for 8 years. I only had my office job for 5 before they laid me off. So this has actually been more stable and consistent than the office job.
Yep, most stable job ever. All right, 5 more videos. Oh God, Battlegrounds.
Fuck. YOLO Dopper asked, was I outspoken at my office job? Only to my bosses, like my direct reports.
So only to Daddy?
I would never mouth off to upper manager or anything like that. That's just being stupid. But if I'm concerned, voice it to my manager says, okay, that makes sense. Let's together figure out how to present this to management. That's how we would do it. But no, I would never oh yeah, let me mouth off to the VP of the company and tell him that he sucks and he's doing the wrong thing. No,
I only complained to my daddy.
No, you don't do that in an office job. You'd be committing career suicide. Trust me.
Okay.
Ocelot just did a 269-bit cheer to become the cheerleader for tonight. I will update that shortly. He said, shout out to Ickis Ando. Well, shout out to Ickis.
And did?
If I had been in the job market for the last 10 years and I was entering in a management position or something, then perhaps getting a job and jumping in like this would have made as much money as streaming. But no, there's no way that me just going out there to the job. Being on stream here is more profitable than having a 9-to-5 job, period. At least from entry level. Sure, if I had been in the job market for the last 10 years and I was entering in a management position or something, then perhaps getting a job and jumping in like this would have made as much money as streaming. But no, there's no way that me just going out there to the job market and getting a 9-to-5 office job is going to pay as much money as what I do here on stream. Therefore, there's no point. You see what I mean? I would actually be like, Phil, why don't you just do that? Because it would actually hurt me. Actually, stopping doing this full time to go get another job would make less money. So it would actually put me in a worse financial position. Why the hell would I do that? You see what I mean?
You know what I mean?
And then the third question, if you couldn't do this full time and you had a choice for an alternate career, what would it be? I have no idea. Because every job I've ever been in never really amounted to anything. I've been in the fast food industry and I've been in the service.
Oh, God, what was that? Nice pick and check. Nice. It's very fruitful farming.
Never really amounted to anything.
What's this?
I've been in the fast food industry
Pick
and
Here we go. We're now farming it. We got the pickaxe out. Here's the pickaxe. Dig it in. Got it. Let's look. Let's review our spoils. Oh, rare one.
I'm horny as hell.
Let's watch it in its full.
Come here, honey.
Let's watch
Get me
the
the fuck
with
out of
Phil
here.
checking out his
Annoying as
farming.
shit.
I want to fuck you right here.
Fuck this guy. He's a piece of shit.
He's reviewing his farming spoils, and yeah, okay.
Industry. I've been in the retail industry. I've worked at a 9-to-5 office job in customer support and also continuous improvement. And every single one of those jobs were completely fruitless. And even though I busted my ass at them and really felt that, you know, I worked my butt off and earned respect and credit. In fact, at my office job, I received commendations and awards for going above and beyond. I still got laid off.
Commendations and awards. We've seen them.
So it seems to me there is no job market in America that's stable where you're guaranteed like a piece of mind or job security. It doesn't exist.
Hey, Brian A. with the ACE certification, right on time. First pull, 3 bronze star, ACE certification. Brian A. Congratulations, sir. You went above and beyond of your job, even sometimes when you weren't getting paid for it. You are an amazing individual. Here is your complimentary award. That's what the whole thing says. I don't know if you could see that.
It literally does not exist. The only people who can feel job secure are people who like are 100% required in order for something to happen. Like, for example, doctors.
What?
Most doctors are probably job secure once you have an established practice because people are always going to need health care. You know what I mean?
All right, whatever. 3 more.
Correct? Ready, be mad. It is correct. All right, he says, I have an observation, and you can tell me if this is correct. You lost your office job, but then became self-employed as a result.
Read
what he had to say.
Get to it.
And you can tell me if this is correct.
Go ahead.
You lost your office job, but then became self-employed. As a result, you gained more money than your office job, but you also work more hours. Is this assumption correct? Also, is it worth it? Well, Freddie B. Mackin, yes and no.
Oh, God.
And what I mean by that is when I was doing my standard office job work, when I was a customer service rep, you know, I worked the 40 hours a week salary that I was supposed to work. Later on, when they decided to take me kind of out of that role,
whenever you hear yes and no,
doing other things like continuous improvement, me kind of out of that role, and instead push me into doing other things like continuous improvement. I was working 60 plus hours a week and not getting paid any extra money for it. In fact, I was kind of discouraged from trying to actually claim overtime.
Okay, sounds like a pretty bad deal then, huh?
You know, and in addition to that, yes, now I definitely make more money than I ever did at the office job, but if I had stayed at that office job for the last, 10 years, I mean, I got laid off in late 2010, so I guess 9 years, with raises and things, I might have been making more money now at that job consistently than I am, as a streamer. But at the same time, there was no job security. That whole company has fallen apart. That company that I worked for as an office job, literally, it doesn't exist anymore as it did.
It doesn't exist anymore as it did, but it's still not falling apart.
They were basically
liquidated, sold for $9 billion.
Things were sold.
And still in operation.
Off and separated. So, it wouldn't have mattered. Even if I had stayed with that job, I still would have lost my job anyway. But no, you're right. I went self-employed, and I make more money than I used to at the job. But it's true, I work way more hours now. Just think about it. 6 days a week. I start streaming at 10. I really don't finish my work day until 10. And even though I take a break in between there for dinner, I mean, I'm working long-ass days, 6 days a week, and I only get 1 day a week off to spend with my wife.
Your own choice, sir.
It's tough.
Thank you, sir.
When I had the office job, I had about 2 days off a week at least. So it's tough, man.
I had about 2 days off a week? I mean, what?
But I love what I do for a living. And I think that's the ultimate difference.
You definitely love it. Next, 2 more.
Rob to me $5 said, I'm actually considering deleting my Facebook account. Look, this is way back. And there's a bench right over here.
Hello?
Rob to me $5 said, I'm actually considering deleting my Facebook account. It encourages blatant egotism. Dude, I got rid of my Facebook a long time ago, all right? So, before I ever did YouTube...
if Phil's Facebook account would have been like retweeting those lame memes, like your parents do.
I had a Facebook account. The only reason I had one was because all my coworkers at my former office job had a Facebook account.
Ooh.
And they all wanted me to have a Facebook account. They were all like, how could you not have a Facebook? everyone posts all their shit up on their Facebook and blah, 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 you know. So I made a Facebook account, and I had some of my coworkers.
Of course I did. Want to make friends, so I did it.
On there or whatever. Oh, by the way, what is this?
Oh, God, who cares?
There's something else here.
No gameplay. Who cares? No
Dude, there's something
gameplay.
here I can't break. Yeah, I can't break this metal
cares?
behind it, so I can't do this yet.
Are you done with that story?
Okay. Alright, so anyway.
Yeah, there we go.
You know, I made a Facebook account. I literally, like, never used it. Every once in a while, I would read a post from a coworker or whatever. I never used it. So I essentially never got any use out of Facebook. Then, when I started on YouTube, everyone told me I needed a Facebook account. Now, I didn't use my personal one at all for YouTube. I said, all right, I'll make a fan account or whatever.
Fan
so
account. Oh, Meerkat Raid? All right, cool. Raid is coming in. Everyone from the Meerkat Raid, your task, if you choose to accept it, is to find the running Rambo. Are you ready? You'll get what that means in a second. Find the running Rambo. Here we go. Top, bottom, could be anywhere. Here comes the running Phil. Find the Rambo, find the Rambo, find the Rambo. Never know where he might be. Never know where he might be. Top, bottom, I saw him this time. I think it was the easy one. Good luck. If you found the Rambo, you are destined for success. And you probably already earned your ACE certification.
An account for Facebook, all right?
We're going to be done in like 2 minutes, though, so bad timing, but it's fine.
I never used that either. Like, I seriously, like, I didn't post anything on it. Whatever I posted there was already posted. What I did, I linked my Facebook account to my Twitter. So when I tweeted, it would auto-post on Facebook automatically so people could follow me on Facebook if they wanted. But I never really posted anything additional on Facebook that I didn't already put on Twitter. I just never really saw use for it. You know, and the only other time that I ever used Facebook was...
Oh, come on. Can you click the mine back in order?
See, this is enough. I don't know if 30 pieces will be enough.
All right, we're done. Last video of the day. Then it's time to get ready for that being said, which starts in 25 minutes now. Here we go.
This Johnny Skim up and away. Oh no. So the truth of the matter is, we just wanted things to calm down a bit. We wanted things to kind of calm down and not be so super serious. So we waited purposely until the summer when we know things calm down around the streams. There's not a lot of new releases and drama going on, and that's why we kind of decided to do it now.
Okay, here we go. Here's the question.
Johnny Skimmark here said, are you still making more than your office job to this day? Yeah, my office job, I wasn't making a ton of money back in the day at my office job, so I still am making more than my office job, yes. Although, I used to make this much more than my office job.
We gotta get that out, don't we? Gotta say this part. I used to make this much more.
Although, I used to make this much more than my office job, and now I make, like, this much more than my office job. You see what I mean? Like, now I'm pretty much kind of almost on par with what I used to do. Because YouTube, the bottom fell out of YouTube. That's really why, because the bottom fell out of YouTube. So.
Bottom fell out of YouTube. Sikorsky fell through, broke, liquidated everybody. Everyone went into the garbage disposal.
Give me $1.50. Said Konami has renewed its Silent Hill trademark.
Right, don't give a shit. All right. What a day. What a day. What a day. What a series it's been. All right. It's been a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed the ride here. I just want to bring up, just so you know, a little bit of a recap here. This is Dave Burnell, Phil's father's LinkedIn page. Customer support manager, Philip Burnell, was hired during that time as a customer support manager on the right side, bottom right of your screen. Phil will say that's not nepotism, but you can make your own conclusions there. And Phil also said his father was laid off. His father wasn't laid off until 2 years later. I know we didn't get to that part of the video today, but Phil did say on Turkey Tom video that his dad was laid off too. His dad was not laid off, actually. His dad continued working there for a further 2 years after that. So, like we've come to recognize, don't believe his lies. Am I right? Am I right? So, big ups, everybody. Thanks for coming into the show and enjoying it. Next week, we'll find more fun stuff to cover. I'll see you on Saturday for Ask the King, episode 4, whatever the fuck it is. So, Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll see you for that being said in about 20 minutes. If you haven't asked a question, now's your chance. Get a question in there. Let's get this thing popping off, all right? Pop it the fuck off. If you want your ACE certification, send a message in right there, all right? You're all legends. Thanks, everybody. Bye.